Yo, it's your boy Jester the Undead.
And Sam Grimm.
And together we are Sick Fist. And right now, you're listening to Uncovering the Underground with your boy Skippy Ickham.
The bad man, to always have to be the ass no matter the situation I'm in, always having to justify my laundry list of sins. But do me a favor and take a minute and look at this shit from my position. Never stop to consider to take a gander at the bigger picture. Without this music, the soul within would rot and wither, and without a mortal coil all the snakes begin to slither, giving way to the pressure of a beast that's truly sinister. I can see it in the bones, bring it up. Hear the cries of the windigo, shake it up. The dead dwell within the snow, dig 'em up. And you feel the sickness take hold, it's in your blood, spreading within you, it's so infectious. Give it a little taste, you see it's so delicious. Ravenous from the hunger that's become so vicious. You become a slave to your selfish wishes. Save me, my body is a gateway for all the things that can save me. Re-energize and reanimate for lucidity. Save me, my body is a gateway for all the things that can save me. Re-energize and reanimate for lucidity.
The pressure's building up and I'm about to like a fuse to the flame, but I guess that's how it eliminate the pain. Every time we do another show, the mic is like a therapist. Pour my soul atop these noses shows when I blow, and the stage bursts of flame, and the face is filled with rage, and the pick cannot be tamed. Laid away your anguish, just immerse yourself among the waves. Let the music feel you, leaving nothing but your greatness to be claimed. This is what my heart beats for. And all who challenge this will be kicked out the door, face down, ass up, with your blood upon the floor. No exception for intentions, aim to kill on what we work for. Fuck you, bitches, keep it brutal for life. The day I leave this label is the day that I die. Kill the opposition, the recital competition. Ain't got nothing on our vision. You will fall if you convince and suck the dick in.
My body is a gateway for all the things that can save me. Re-energize and reanimate for lucidity. Save me. My body is a gateway for all the things that can save me. Re-energize and reanimate for lucidity. Fingertips electrified, visions inside come alive. Salvation is waiting for me to find the reason why I have not yet learned to fly. My patience is fading, and I won't stand around waiting anymore.
I'm sick of sitting here staring blankly at the door.
I pick myself up off the floor
with the strength that I need to engage the foe.
The power flows forth from below. Speaking of words to bring you home. Inscribe the message upon the stone. Fulfill the void and break the mold. Save me. My body is a gateway for all the things that can save me. Re-energize and reanimate for lucidity. Save me. My body is a gateway for all the things that can save me. Re-energize and reanimate for lucidity. Save me. My body is a gateway for all the things that can save me. Re-energize and reanimate for lucidity. Save me. My body is a gateway for all the things that can save me. Re-energize and reanimate for lucidity.
Friends are funny, is that a statement or a question? Some you'll regret and others will say until you're ancient. Some will love you, some will play you until it hurts. Don't you forget, pick 'em well or you might burn. Hard to tell what's straight, what's real from what I see. Hard to separate partners, friends, and enemies. What is fact, I can't help but to rack in my brain. The same facts of me wishing they rotten in chains. No escape from this, killing the competition. Never rest until we've died or my foes are beaten. Play it smart before you go for the gun. They all come at you first when you're enemy number one. Every day was evolution, the shit was steady, but I felt the cracks sinking the ship, one of many. Had to check the way your ego was set to inflate, breaking things apart, making things hard, and worlds change. The world is turning, I'm falling upwards. Can you reach out and save me? The hope I'm calling for is you. Oh, can I change my fate? I prepare for every case, don't think me blind. Even if I lose, I gain what is left behind. A memory lost, a lesson I'm taught. I even the odds heavily by making my mark. Get in here and fuck with me. Demo demon PA, killing all these rappers that claim to be such a big name. It's kind of funny when you think about it. You brag about your contacts, but lack the songs that back shit. Where's that quality now? It never came back after a visit to OJ's house. Yeah, I got my fair share of people that I don't like, but I don't hide it no more. The feelings that I hold tight. This the best I've ever felt. This the hand I've been given. So when I lay the cards down, it's best you pray for forgiveness. I'll admit I have an issue, a clouded mind. Yeah, I need you to save me. Pull me up, I'm out of time.
The world is turning, I'm falling upwards. Can you reach out and save me? The hope I'm calling for is you. Oh, can I change my fate? The world is turning, I'm falling upward. Can you reach out and save me? The hope I'm calling for is you. Oh, can you change my fate?
There's a bad feeling outside my window. Let it in. It wants to sin. There's a gray spot of rain in the doorway. Let it go. It wants to know how yesterday could be so cruel. How I could sail on a ship of fools. I don't think I can, so I'm telling the wolves again. Save me from myself. Save me from this world. I don't think I can, so I'm telling the wolves again. Please take me instead. Please take me again. There's an empty void upon my shoulders. Lift away again today. There's resentment carried by the demons. The price was paid. Regrets don't fade. How this morning exists so true. Fable the scars untold who knew. I don't think I can, so I'm telling the wolves again. Save me from myself. Save me from this world. I don't think I can, so I'm telling the wolves again. Please take me instead. Please take me again. the lines that paint the sky, forever begging to be free. But the wolves, they got the key. I don't think I can, so I'm telling the wolves again. Save me from myself, just save me from this world. I don't think I can, so I'm telling the wolves again. Please take me instead, please take me again.
I wish you weren't so full of yourself. Too bad you're only here looking for handouts. What's the point of talking up what you've done when it ain't shit? I've heard it all before, there's nothing I'm missing. It'd be nice to get a little distance. They say you know when you find the one, and you're not it. I can tell you I'll fail 100 times, but you won't get it. I can slam my door in your face 1,000 times, but you don't quit it. I'm not your band-aid, I'm not gonna patch you up when life is getting tough. I'm not gonna pick you up, I can't do everything. I'm not gonna dust you off when last night was so rough. How can you call this love? You're too broken for me. As years go on, I forget all of the details of my life the way it's always meant to be. Well, you try and clean yourself up, and it really shows how thankful I am for what you've done. All you did was go and teach me a lesson. You can't try to fix a person when they don't want help, but life goes on. I can tell you I'll fail 100 times, but you won't get it. I can slam my door in your face 1,000 times, but you don't quit it. I'm not your band-aid, I'm not gonna patch you up when life is getting tough. I'm not gonna pick you up, I can't do everything. I'm not gonna dust you off when last night was so rough. How can you call this love?
Yo,
You're too
ACG, I
broken
tell
for
you,
me.
be strong, yeah, you got this, babe. Just lose all of that negativity and drop the hate. Stay out your feelings even when I tell you not today. I showed it up, lean on is not a spot for toxic waste. Brighten your day, you don't like the sight of the sun. Try to lift you up, but it's almost like you gotta be bummed. You suck the air out the room and you stop all the fun. You want honesty? Well, honestly, we're probably
I'm
done.
not your band-aid, I'm not gonna patch you up when life is getting tough. I'm not gonna pick you up, I can't do everything. I'm not gonna dust you off when last night was so rough. How can you call this love? You're too broken for me.
Time and time again, they try to hold me down. They try to tell me that I won't be anything. They try to tell me I'm a fuck up, that I'm garbage. And I just smile, cause you're witnessing the rise of a motherfucking king. Yeah. Hallucinations of horror haunting my horrid mind. Simulated senses satisfied by scenes of brutal crime. I wanted to give this bitch my knife tip, but by the way she's screaming and moaning, I could tell that she fucking liked it. I've been waiting for the right fit and the right time to cut the lights and leave these motherfuckers lifeless. I've been loving life, well, lifeless. See, I'm a psycho, but hey, yo, I digress. And I just digest all of your innards. I'm a sicko and I'm gathering up food for the winter. I'm the bringer of pain and I am the master of splinters. I'm the shredder of flesh inside of the sewer of sickness. I will gather your blood in barrels to dump them in the river. Make a cleansing of crimson, create a sea of forgiveness. I don't gotta dream about it cause I live this. A nightmare every day and it be endless. I pen these thoughts down on loose leaf. Won't ever lose sleep now. Watch me creep through the shadows like a cool freak. Skippy Yickum got the game on lock. You just got a new neighbor, now this ain't your block. Cause I've been dealing with some pent-up aggression. I took the curse that I was given and turned it into a blessing. All my anger and hatred mixed with sorrow and depression into each and every sentence. Use my music as my weapon. They try and tell me that I'm merely a waste, till I climbed out of the sewer spitting shit in their face. Till I climbed out of these ruins and I laid them to waste. Using hate as motivation, it was fuel for the race. And now I'm first place, and I be flying in my own lane. Fans wanting pictures of me, you was still a no name. And you was still a broke lame. Isn't it funny how the tides change, motherfucker? I'm one of the dopest out, no need to scream and shout. I've earned my clout, y'all think different, shut your fucking mouth. Cause here's my thesis, I'm just like Jesus for letting myself down, for believing these people could conceive this. Life full of better lands, I'm not a better man, I'm just the seed of sin, I'm bracing for the end, you'll never breathe again. I be coming with a switchblade army, got the skin tight gloves and the all black hoodie. Cause I'm ready to wreck this shit, I'm making my own exodus. Subjected to the fact that I'm a slave to my own deficit. Deaf to all these thoughts because I really can't connect with them. Connecting is the method that I use when I'm subjecting them. A bright flash in the land of the dead. A beautiful butterfly I lured into my web. I sweet talked you, honey, now you're lying on my bed. Well, I'm about to pound you till you're crying, cause I'm fucked in the head. There's no turning back, cause if my mind says do it, it's like 30 seconds later, I'm gonna get right to it. I try to block it out, I try to turn the volume down, but all these voices screaming at me, now they're getting way too loud. I'm blinded, I'm lost inside this dark haze. So much rage, I be stuck in my old ways. I need to try to find a piece of joy, like when I stand against opponents and I leave them destroyed. Because they try and tell me that I'm merely a waste, till I climbed out of the sewer spitting shit in their face. Till I climbed out of these ruins and I laid them to waste. Using hate as motivation, it was fuel for the race. And now I'm first place, and I be flying in my own lane. Fans wanting pictures of me, you was still a no name. And you was still a broke lame. Isn't it funny how the tides change, motherfucker?
Who's there? Who's there? Oh shit. Oh shit. What the fuck? Ready? Oh shit. Oh shit, where are you? I'm inside you. Come out, my child. Yeah, it's low. As I lay down looking at me, they get nearer. My brain is so hazy, it's crazy, just maybe to burn me alive. I cannot leave on my own, I won't commit suicide. I already died, I already cried for the angels to save me inside. The pain that resides in my mind is insanity, handing me bullets to take out my life. This shit isn't right, losing my son in the blink of an eye. His mother just lies, claims that I threatened her, never would mention her. Now I'ma show her the hate that resides. As I lay down in my bed, I can see the monsters in my head. They're asking why I'm off my meds. They've been leading me down to my death. As I lay down in my bed, I can see the monsters in my head. This is my afterlife. Come with me and I'll take you to other worlds where the physical just don't exist. No emotion, you'll never get pissed. This isn't a vision that you wanna miss. No equality, follow me and you may see how the world is entrapment, reenactment, human galactic. The demons are laughing cause humans are trapped in the musical casket. And they wouldn't believe it, the media persuades so they never would see it. It's a hidden telepathy, collision of religion mixed with visions of everything. Incisions of division as their aim is to conquer, making racism prosper. Political Oscar, residual monster. This isn't why I'm hurt, I came to regain my whole mission and honor. As I lay down in my bed, I can see the monsters in my head. They are asking why I'm off my meds. They've been leading me down to my death. As I lay down in my bed, I can see the monsters in my head. This is my afterlife. Soul's trapped. This is my afterlife. As I lay down in my bed, I can see the monsters in my head. They are asking why I'm off my meds. They've been leading me down to my death. As I lay down in my bed, I can see the monsters in my head. This is my afterlife.
Juggernaut.
You can't see me, I'm so fly in the sky. When you look into my eyes, I am higher than I gotta be. I stay lifted off the motherfucking pine. When you look into my eyes, I am higher than I gotta be. I'm staying high, I'm staying high, I'm staying high, I'm staying high, I'm staying high.
Roll that shit up, man.
We roll the best.
You know how we get down.
We roll the best. I am staying high.
I stay high, then the motherfucker eyes chinky. We smoke that strong pack, the type to leave your car stinky. Let's roll up 4 stogies, keep them in rotation. My brain is froze, I'm straight on stagnation. I keep the curly top, these niggas swear to God I'm Haitian. Ladies be loving the juggy, I keep their fascination. I roll with Loud Pack Freezy cause he stay Johnny blazing. He got me nervous as hell, the way his pocket's stankin'. It ain't no secret the juggy been smoking kush for years. You can pass me the L, but don't pass me no beers. Higher than I gotta be every single fucking day. You bitches keep the cow going, we take me far away.
You can't see me, I'm so fly in the sky. When you look into my eyes, I am
higher than I gotta be.
I stay lifted off the motherfucking pine. When you look into my eyes, I am
higher than I gotta be.
I'm staying high, I'm staying high, I'm staying high, I'm staying high, I'm staying high. We roll the best, we roll the best. I am staying high.
Now I smoke loud, I smoke
smoke 50 and regular weed. Give me some white rhino, juggy gonna stampede. To the bodega, get some Vegas, that's my fucking mission. To blow the stanky and put my mind out of commission. The weed Olympian, I'm higher than the pole jump. I'm lifted like I was a tie on an air pump. I got a bad habit, I think I need some help. I'm so high, I butterfly, call me Michael Phelps. Higher than Cat Williams, smoking in ciphers with Snoop. Higher than Rainbow Threes when they switch through the hoop. Higher than flying overseas on a jumbo jet. Higher than high as I could get. You can't see me, I'm so fly in the sky. When you look into my eyes, I am higher than I gotta be. I stay lifted off the motherfucking pine. When you look into my eyes, I am higher than I gotta be. I'm staying high, I'm staying high, I am staying high, I am staying high, I'm staying high. We roll the best, we roll the best, I am staying high.
We in the zone, no telling where it's got us going. No going home, things change, gotta seize the moment and own it, yeah.
Tell me how you hype, just say so. Man, I'm living life, I don't lay low. Brought some weapons and I guess I bring a payload. Shocking out of anybody in my way, whoa. Tell the devil I'll be back to get my halo. Till then the motherfucker better stay home. All the power that I hold is finna blow the roof off. Any place I bring a mic, I might take souls. Back up, the shit is real as it gets though. Flow cold, dead nice like a headstone. Rappers popping up, I make them vanish like presto. Stop, drop and roll, I make a fire just to get smoke. Life ain't living it in luxury, nah. But I'm someone they all wanna be, yeah. Guess it's saying that I must just be the next best thing to ever come and touch the scene, whoa. Man, I make a wave like Poseidon. Soon enough you gonna see me with the trident. King in my blood until the day I stop rhyming. Which will be never cause my intelligence climbing. Look, y'all been irrelevant, better settle with bars. 16's off, flip like I'm a veteran dog. I've been better than many, stepping in the middle to spar. I feel a little me ain't literally a star.
We in the zone, no telling where it's got us going. No going home, things change, gotta seize the moment and own it, yeah.
Shit go hard, no doubt about that. Power for the moving and we bring it right back. Like I'm just going pedal to the metal in the fast life. Hoping that you get up on the way before a crash, right? Telling me that I'ma get it whenever the right time comes. But they will never be ready for that when I hype my buzz. I've been living alone and I'm feeling like I'm in the zone right now. So close to blowing up like I'm the bomb right now, whoa. Checking for the team get big. We all no doubt been on that heat wave shit. Everything we do is been a banger for your ears. Perfect melodies, we hungry so we eat that shit. Making waves at a rapid pace, I can pass the days. But talking crafty words in a crazy pattern for accolades. We have the greats and that'll be that. I'm just here to have the stage. A rap to y'all what I've written and thought over the passing days. But it's playing it in vain to the whole game knowing that my pain and my game be the same thing showing. With my name be the thing that they all speak. Hoping that I say every page, leave no line left open. I'm a G.O.D., you just a D.O.G. I keep my shit low key until the beat O.D. I'm in the Z.O. and E until I throw in the key. Just keep on throwing the heat, they know me, cause we
in the zone, no telling where it's got us going. No going home, things change, gotta seize the moment and own it, yeah. We in the zone, no telling where it's got us going. No going home, things change, gotta seize the moment and own it, yeah.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy, The Rooster from 9 Stitch Method, and you're listening to Uncovering the Underground with my dude, Skippy Ickham on Speaker Podcast Radio, keeping it 100% underground.
about the game, motherfucker brain pain, hey, train started young. Ay, snotty nose on the run, smart mouth got rocked to the knot just to learn how it's done. Ay, food stamps got jacked, hanging out of the back of my lead dunks, and the brains got wrung. Ay, growing up, watching how we stow it up in the year of 1990 to the one. And I never really had anybody to show me anything different. I was a bastard son. Sifted through the hand-me-down racks of a Salvation Army, laughed at by your bastard son. Beat downs, heartbreaks, never had God's sake. I escaped from believing it won. I was ignoring the fact my heart was tore up and black and cracked after eclipse the sun. At the age of my innocence, flipping up the page to the race and significance. Journey with the local, I can show you what terrific is. Put up in a choke by the devil and better visions of vividness. Prison death and living, unforgiven, omnipotent. Shutting up a kid, throwing a demon in his body, right a shot, he doing everything he told me to do, with learning all the evil he taught me, protecting myself from evil coming through.
Cause the ducks ran dry from my pain and I'll never subside, even Cause the hell that I've been through always leading men to die. Cause the ducks ran dry from my pain and I'll never subside, even Cause the hell that I've been through always leading men to die.
Started singing at the side while the devil took a ride deep inside of a child, then I cried. Knowing I will never ever be the same as before when I made a major wager for my life. So I took what was coming while I get a little motherfucker gonna run in tears from the eyes. And I knew that I could never shake a planet devil, damn it, so I managed by shutting down to survive. The grim reaper flew through all my brothers and family like a thief in the night on a jack move. I went to so many funerals that I slept in my slacks buttoned up with a tie in a black suit. Rigor mortis settled inside my body even though it wasn't local who was packed up in that tomb. Feeling like I'm trapped and I'm strapped to a maniac, digging in my back through my heart with a harpoon. Dark gloom has been known to consume. When I'm in a meditating, go I right inside a dark room. Gotta start confiding in somebody when I'm hiding, cause the heart is steady sliding to my stomach, but I barf soon. If you never ever found a brother dead and felt the effects of how it hovers inside of your head, smothers your breath like a serial killer with a pillow over your face when you're trying to sleep inside of your bed. Then you don't be knowing death if I'm out and know that you rare. Got a little taste when embracing it from the head. Follow me for a minute and holler me need a med. Could've fit the whole ocean from my many tears shared. From my baby little kids, the homies family spread. I've seen many die, put aside have a while. And from it all happened and tear ducts ran dry. Now it's like I've evolved to where my eyes can't cry.
Cause the ducks ran dry from my pain and I'll never subside, even Cause the hell that I've been through always leading men to die. Cause the ducks ran dry from my pain and I'll never subside, even Cause the hell that I've been through always leading men to die. I can't cry, 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 I can't cry. Cause the ducks ran dry from my pain and I'll never subside, even Cause the hell that I've been through always getting men to die. Cause the ducks ran dry from my pain and I'll never subside, even Cause the hell that I've been through always getting men to die. I can't cry.
Ghost of the minute. Brutal business entertainment. We coming after everybody. Body's about to fall, y'all. Get it? Is this war? Is it more? Break down the door. Bring out your corpse. Not keeping score. Got it locked. Figure 4. Hit record. Bring the torches with the horde. Kill them all. This ain't a war. It's a massacre. This ain't a war. It's a massacre. This ain't a war, it's a massacre. Fuck the world, we'll take on every single challenger.
What even is this? Say bullshit for 100 songs. I'm all about some shit you never done. Go suck a dong. Fucking cons not ready when I bring the wrath like a fucking con. Hellfire my fucking spine. Hold mics with bloody bombs. Come along, I'll show you death cause you overstep. I'm on with tap, bury you alive, bitch, so hold your breath. Take that fake chain, asphyxiating till I broke your neck. Raising more hell than Motorhead, hunt y'all like Boba Fett. Fuck these underground rappers too, just little nerds. Clowns on SoundCloud, shout about down, I'm nothing to hurt. Make the rap game my prisoner, my rhythm sinister. I'm Jack the Ripper with literature, kill them when I get the urge. Been disturbed, I don't give a single fuck about your opinion. Most of these fucking rappers' vocabulary's infant. They catalogs infringement, mine's is just malignant. You don't wanna go to war with me or my contingent. Is this war? Is it more? Break down the door, bring out your corpse. Not keeping score, got it locked, figure 4. Hit record, bring the torches with the horde, kill them all. This ain't a war, it's a massacre. This ain't a war, it's a massacre. This ain't a war, it's a massacre. Fuck the world, we'll take on every single challenger. This world has been corroded and filled with rodents. Motherfuckers think you owe them and looking for a bonus. Without me, you promoters would have crashed like a Bowen. Saints poet, lead them then like Moses. Bring in bad omens. I'm done with acting civil, bite the hand, get crippled. Opportunists all around, even fucking fans are fickle. Only there with you on top, treat us as sacrificial. Past the pistol, now I'm the devil dancing in the middle. Start with ignoramuses, send them down where Hades lives. Not a fucking thought in their brain, they all just plagiarists. I'm dangerous, Amos, miscellaneous, don't play favorites. Don't give a fuck with you, a pagan, atheist, or Satanist. Better watch what you're doing inside my backyard. Don't let us catch you moving heroin powder to black tar. Turn you to track stars, repercussions faster than NASCAR. Brutal business logo on your corpse, your villain still at large. Is this war? Is it more? Break down the door, bring out your corpse. Not keeping score, got it locked, figure 4. Hit record, bring the torches with the horde, kill them all. This ain't a war, it's a massacre. This ain't a war, it's a massacre. This ain't a war, it's a massacre. Fuck the world, we'll take on every single challenger. Be warned, we don't play warrior on the keyboard. We'll strap your whole fucking family to some C4. Your hunchback, live your mama's basement. Your ego motherfucker put you on a detour right to the seafloor. Always brutal, ain't no time for the crop babies. Most millennials like ladies while I'm spitting rabies. They hear some shit they don't like and run to find safety. I know that God hates me, I'm Satan's Tom Brady. Get on your Twitter and blog, go eat your top pods. One violence don't need a call, so fuck a dialogue. One body's outlined in chalk all on the sidewalk. Can't get in a church or a mosque, I wonder why not. If I offended you, I humbly don't give a fuck. Middle finger permanently up, bitch, don't interrupt. Feel like Thanos, I'd much rather turn them to dust. Could go on forever like Sisyphus, cause this is us. Is this war? Is it more? Break down the door, bring out your corpse. Not keeping score, got it locked, figure 4. Hit record, bring the torches with the horde, kill them all. This ain't a war, it's a massacre. This ain't a war, it's a massacre. This ain't a war, it's a massacre. Fuck the world, we'll take on every single challenger.
I love you, now love me too. I've been watching you for a long time, girly. Hello, cheeky chick, it's time. Let me bend you over and put my dick in your behind. Black candles, scented like cinnamon. To get you all in the mood, pretty corpse grip handles. Cause you're a couple more pounds. I'm hellbound, but we can put together now when I die one day. But for now, eat the booty like pie, even though your lights out. Dig you out, pull your panties to the side. Put my dick in your dead vagina and fill you on the inside. Then tie on the television, so we're fucking your dead body with tentacles and masturbating. Thrusting and moving my hips, pumping my dick in your dead pussy lips. Yeah. It feels so good. I love you. The feel in my chest. I love you. Tingling in my dick. I love you. Got my hands on your breast. Yeah. Your vagina's so cold. But I can warm it up. Yeah. With a lighter or two. And then I put it in and we start to fuck. I'm harder than fuck. I'm harder than fuck. I'm harder than fuck. I'm harder than fuck. I see you, but you don't see me. I love you.
Dead body
I play with your hair. 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 Nobody can love you the way that I do. I love you.
Dead body
I'm harder than fuck. I'm harder than fuck. I'm harder than fuck. I'm harder than fuck. I see you, but you don't see me. I love you.
Dead body
I play with your hair. 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 Nobody can love you the way that I do. I love you.
Dead body
It's that dead body love, and you know I'm a super freak between the sheets, busting skeets, making dead pussies leak. Oh no, the body's starting to turn. I'm ripping up her guts when I serve her with this worm. I'm a sick man, a necro fucking philiac, leaving dead bitches jaws full of this nutsack. Amen. Please say a prayer for me. I turn into a different entity when I smoke this drink. I blaze. So now we pick a body, dig the bitch up to make sure that she's a hottie. She got that little body that makes me so hard. See, sticking my dick in every hole on her body. I'm in love with this dead broad. I'm not gonna front. The only time I see is when I spark up this blunt. So here we go. Time to light it up. So spark up this blunt so I can kill this fucking cunt.
I'm harder than fuck. I'm harder than fuck. I'm harder than fuck. I'm harder than fuck. I see you, but you don't see me. I love you.
Dead body
I play with your hair. 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 Nobody can love you the way that I do. I love you.
Dead body
I'm harder than fuck. I'm harder than fuck. I'm harder than fuck. I'm harder than fuck. I see you, but you don't see me. I love you.
Dead body
I play with your hair. 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 Nobody can love you the way that I do. I love you.
Dead body love.
Sure. What up? I'm tired of these motherfuckers acting like I don't belong up in this bitch. Really? Trying to act like Lyrazone don't belong in this bitch. Trying to act like Legion don't belong in this bitch. Trying to act like Murder D don't belong in this bitch. Get the fuck out of here, motherfuckers. Sure. Gotta rid myself of this anger shit, feel I'm about to pop. Got a gang of swishes, I fill it up with my pop. But I'm on some heinous shit, basically it's a shock that I made it through all this hatred. I'm making it to the top. I'm here to shake it, the fakers, they need to stop. They've been awakened, debating if they should drop another track while they waiting. I'm on the block, I'm impatient, I'm pitching tracks like they rock. Let's go. I'm on a passage, a socket to fuckers thinking they popular. Bitch, be repping the underground, give a fuck about nothing, I don't belong. Fuck it. You stopping up and confronting me like a jerk. I'm about to take his life like I just put in some work. Every day I feel the pain like I just did something wrong. Every day in my brain I'm hearing it won't be long. Feel the struggle, feel the pain, feel the aching in my jaw. When I look into the mirror I realize I don't belong. I don't belong. Like I just did something wrong. I don't belong. Hearing it won't be long. I don't belong. Really aching in my jaw. When I look into the mirror I realize I don't belong.
Yeah, go label me the outcast. My problems while I'm done, you can know we snapped and leave these rappers in glad bags. You internet thuggers are crazy, convincing the fact that I won't react. Tempting my conglomerate, but lacking the attributes to scrap. Who the fuck you think that I am to simply take this shit? Thinking I'm submissive, but really the type to get lit. Guess I gotta prove to you I'm about my business by making an example of why you should have been listening. All these years, noticing the hunger's different compared to all my peers. Regardless, I'm treated badly. Seen as an average MC, though could be the illest on beats. Though you'll never see it, cause somehow I don't belong.
Every day I feel the pain like I just did something wrong. Every day in my brain I'm hearing it won't be long. Feel the struggle, feel the pain, feel the aching in my jaw. When I look into the mirror I realize I don't belong. I don't belong. Like I just did something wrong. I don't belong. Hearing it won't be long. I don't belong. Really aching in my jaw. When I
with any song that I wrote. But I stayed strong and pushed on with the hope that I get the last laugh on rap, that's no joke. Like on that last track that I smashed, I'm so dope, oh no. People are saying that I'm underrated, my flow has been developed from all of the hatred I'm shown. But either way, I'm gonna go take it and mold it into my music and use it for elevation. I'm grown, but yet I'm feeling stepped on. Man, I'm putting out an album even though I'm slept on. Hit a murder these beats, my lyrics are in the zone. But when I'm looking in the mirror, I feel like I don't belong.
Every day I feel the pain, like I just did something wrong. Every day in my brain, I'm hearing it won't be long. Feel the struggle, feel the pain, feel the aching in my jaw. When I look into the mirror, I realize I don't belong. I don't belong. Like I just did something wrong. I don't belong. Hearing it won't be long. I don't belong. Really aching in my jaw. When I look into the mirror, I realize I don't belong. Every day I feel the pain, like I just did something wrong. Every day in my brain, I'm hearing it won't be long. Feel the struggle, feel the pain, really aching in my jaw. When I look into the mirror, I realize I don't belong. I don't belong. Like I just did something wrong. I don't belong. Hearing it won't be long. I don't belong. Really aching in my jaw. When I look into the mirror, I realize I don't belong. I don't belong. Realize 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 I don't belong. I don't belong.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of Uncovering the Underground radio podcast show. As always, I'm your host, Skippy Ickham of Brutal Business Entertainment. Thank you for listening tonight. Whether you are listening live or streaming or downloading this after the fact, as I always say, please click the share button, follow button, like button, whatever buttons they give you, click on it because it does move us up the podcast ranks and in the podcast community. So the more that you do that, the more people that hear us, the bigger and better things that we can do with the show. So please do that for us. That would really help out. You can check us out on any online major retailer. So whether it be, Google Play, Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio, you name it, we are airing the show on it. So make sure you check it out and share that around. We would like to thank our sponsors, Tattooed Scumbag Apparel. If you like very dope gear, whether it's beanies, jeans, or excuse me, not jeans, but sweatpants, t-shirts, you name it, they make it. It's comfortable gear. I wear it on the daily. In fact, I'm wearing a beanie right now with it on it. But you'll love their clothes. If you're a tattooed scumbag like me, you'll definitely dig it. You can use promo code BBE10 for 10% off of your overall order, and it'll save you a nice little bit off of it, and it's already great quality gear. So you're getting a steal at supporting a local tattoo owner, Joe Ball, here in the Pittsburgh area, who's phenomenal on the tattoo side and launched his clothing company. So please give him a view and give him a purchase. I'm sure he'd appreciate it. We would like to thank Roush Designs, R3 Graphics, Legion Artworks, and 5 Milligram Artworks. We do want to go ahead and tell you, if you're looking for any updated Brutal Business Entertainment news right now, make sure you check out our website at www.teambrutalbusiness.com. That'll give you everything that we're doing right now, whether it be the radio shows, wrestling events, music, the events that we're playing with the music, the modeling, and more. It's all on there, so please check it out. We do have one of our brothers from Brutal Business in the house tonight that we will be interviewing and getting to dig into his brain, and that is TRoublE. And TRoublE is the mysteriously wicked underground artist that is rising from the ashes out of the Northwest. Leading an army of troublemakers across the lands, he joins forces with Brutal Business Entertainment in an alliance that will inevitably bring the end of the world as you know it. TRoublE is currently working on finishing up his 5th studio release, Troublemakers Volume 2, which will feature artists from Troublemakers and Brutal Business, among many others. With a collab CD with label mate Mr. Mortis and solo EP product by produced by JP on the way, TRoublE has many new things in the works, and we're going to be talking a good bit about that tonight. And we are very happy to introduce to you guys TRoublE. What's up, homie? How you doing tonight?
What's going on, man? I'm doing good.
Good, man. Glad to hear it. Glad to get you on the show, get to kick it a little bit. You know, bullshit, life gets a little bit too busy, so it's nice to be able to sometimes catch up with friends, talk music, and ultimately get new fans for you.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. I appreciate you letting me on the show, man.
No, absolutely. I appreciate you being on the show, and definitely want to pick your brain tonight. I think you're someone that everyone in the underground scene should know about. You have a sound that is, unique and definitely stands out to me. So I hope to get that out there to some folks tonight. If you're listening, make sure you check out his music here a little bit that we're going to be playing, and make sure you buy his merch and support his, passion if you like what he's doing. So jumping into it, as I ask everybody, I hate to be, cliche with it, but I always start out usually asking how you got started. What's your story as far as getting into hip hop? What caused you to want to produce music and go this direction?
Well, it's been a roller coaster, man. I started out back when I was 16, just being a class clown and just making fun of songs on the radio and shit. And it evolved into something a lot more serious around 20. I dropped my first CD in 2007, Trouble in the Valley. And there was a local produced CD from a local producer here that's well known. He's actually he's died since then. Rest in peace. But it's classic CD I did back then. And then I got with the crew Season Mill, and we did a lot of shows together, and it helped me. I actually met my first producer that really just started actually showing me stuff instead of just doing stuff for me. He actually taught me just about everything I know with Pro Tools, everything that I haven't learned myself.
Okay, and that's a tough thing to do.
Yeah, definitely. And I just realized early on that it's a lot better to be self-sufficient and not have to rely on, 6 different people to do. There's a lot of different smaller parts of the game, a lot of different trades of the game that people don't realize. There's mixing, there's graphics, there's video production, and if you can do as many of those as you can, possibly fit on your belt, it's nothing but an advantage.
No, it is, and you do most of those things.
Thanks.
I'm getting a very large echo from you for some reason.
I'm getting an echo? Let me turn this down. Okay. Yeah, you still getting the echo?
It's only when I'm talking. There, it's gone now. I think we're good.
Okay, cool.
No, but you are a man of many hats. You play, music and perform music. You do graphic arts. You do video production. I mean, you do the mixing and mastering. You do a little bit of everything that you are performing and putting on. That's impressive. Not everybody does that. I mean, I am the first to say that I have a hand in the production of my music as far as the beat, but I'm not specifically behind that. I'm not, mixing and mastering myself vocally. I go to a studio for that. So it's like, I have a different take on it than you do, and I love to hear both sides of it.
Oh yeah, definitely. And yeah, that was after I left that crew. I went and made a collaborative production with my buddy Retro, my homie Retro, man. He's out there in Cali doing his thing.
Okay.
Called Bury You with a Smile, and did pretty good. I was in 2014. Then I moved on to do a project with my buddy Paz Juan, and that was Welcome to the Show. It turned out really good. And that right after that, that's when I decided to finally just instead of having a hand in helping all these other people start their companies and start a brand, I decided to finally turn on myself and start developing my own team, my own brand behind that. And that was actually right before I got approached by you, and I met you and got invited into the Brutal Business family.
That's what's up.
And then right after that, I came out with Troublemakers Volume 1. Yeah.
I thought I lost you there for a second. Yeah, you came out with Troublemakers Volume 1, which was an awesome disc. I like the one that you just mentioned a couple minutes ago, Welcome to the Show. That was a good one.
Yeah, I had some you can tell on Welcome to the Show and Bury You with a Smile that I'm still kind of trying to find my exact sound and still kind of trying to find my niche a little bit. I'm doing a lot of different styles, I feel like Troublemaker Volume 1 is, I kind of concreted it down, and I know exactly what the fuck I'm doing now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, you definitely. It's echoing again for some reason. It's definitely, you can hear it in the album whenever you listen to Troublemakers Volume 1 compared to Welcome to the Show. There's a difference. I mean, they're both dope. It's just you hear that, okay, he found himself. It takes a little while sometimes when you start out. I mean, when I started out, I was doing, I still rapping pretty dope shit, but it was more gangster, white boy type shit. And then it kind of slowly crafted into what I always kind of envisioned it to be. It just took me a little bit to get there, and it turned into more horrorcore. And then from the horrorcore, I started to kind of phase back out into hardcore. So it became like this mix of hardcore, horrorcore, but not really. I wouldn't call myself horrorcore.
Yeah, I feel you. I think it was one of my only like horrorcore songs that actually caught your attention when you first heard of me. That These Voices, wasn't it? That I did that video too.
It absolutely was. I don't even remember how I came across you, brother. That's the funny thing, is I don't remember how it came to be, but I remember listening to it, and I was like, well, damn, this dude's fucking dope. I'm like, I really like this guy's style. I said, I got to talk to him.
Thanks, man. And that was one of the first videos I kind of went out and produced for myself on my own. And one of the first, well, I've always kind of made beats here and there, but ever since then, I've been making a lot more of my own beats.
That's what you said whenever I contacted you. You're like, yeah, I made the beat for that, and that's where you started telling me I do this, I do that, and I'm like, well, damn, this dude's all over the place like me. I love it. It's good to be a like I said, a Renaissance man, be a man of many hats.
Definitely, man.
No, that's dope though, and I love that song. I love that track. I loved many since then. You certainly have a style that I dig and I like being a part of. We did that track recently, The Kings. For those out there that are listening, if you haven't heard that yet, definitely check that out. It's something you should definitely hear.
Oh yeah, definitely. Thanks, man.
Absolutely. So what you got coming up for us? I mean, I know that you're working on some things right now. Why don't you tell us what we can expect coming up from you?
Well, the very next in line is Troublemakers Volume 2, and I've already released 3 singles off that. That's Freak, Always, and The King. And I'm probably going to release one more single before the CD drops in the next couple months here.
That's a solid little lineup of releases prior to the drop of the whole thing. That's you're really giving it to them.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I didn't want to release anything. Those are honestly some of my personal favorites off the new CD I'm working on. Not to say that I don't have a couple in there that I fucking just love and I'm keeping, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Keeping it a little bit secret until it pops out.
No, you got to keep secrets. I used to do it a little bit differently. I would release most of the album. By the time the album dropped, they'd pretty much heard the whole damn album because I'd release single after single after single, and they're like, all right, it's out.
That's you know what, Troublemakers Volume 1, that's what I did actually. I believe I think everything but 2 songs came out one by one before the physical CD drop.
That was about the same for me, yeah. And then it was like the following album I did the complete opposite. I released like 3 songs. That's it, and then I dropped the rest of it on them, and it worked out very well.
Nice, definitely.
Patrick saying all 3 singles kick ass. Talking about your 3 that you put out so far, and they really do. They're solid.
Thanks, brother.
But how did you find your style? What caused you to come into your own? Because is it just trial and error? What allowed you to find the sound that you now have?
It's a lot of trial and error, and kind of just sitting back and actually listening to your soul, or listening to whatever's inside you, more than trying to get outside references or influences. You know what I mean? Like this new solo EP I got coming up. That's produced by the genius JP, who taught me just about everything I know mixing wise. That's gonna be the first solo CD I've ever had with no features on it.
Okay.
And then I got my EP Ugly, which is all produced by me, and that's gonna be the first project I've had that has nothing but my original beats on there and no features.
That's a big moment to do, so that's pretty cool that you get to experience that. Whenever you put that out, it's gonna feel really good to say, I made all of this.
Yeah, and it also I feel like it gives a different feel because as an artist you kind of have to adapt. You don't want to like change your style, but when you get on songs with other people, you adapt a little bit. You know what I mean? Just for the beauty of the art.
Absolutely. You every time you do a collaboration, it's different than the collab you did before that because it's a mix of, both people or all three people, however many it might be. And it becomes something different, and it's still very much you, but it's not you whenever it's just you by yourself.
Exactly.
I completely get that. Now, talking about that, how's your writing process? I mean, I'm sure the fans out there would love to know. Are you more of a write it down pen and pencil type guy? Or are you, typing it in your phone? Is it off of memory? How is your writing style like whenever you're trying to create a new song?
It's a little bit of mix. Like usually when it comes to hooks, those are more just feeling, and I usually don't even write them down. I'll just come up with them and bam, lay it down. But as far as verses go, yeah, I'm a little bit more of an architect, so I like to structure my shit out really nice. I'm kind of a perfectionist when it comes to writing sometimes, which can be a gift and a curse.
No, it's the best way you can be, man. I mean, you should pride yourself. You just can't be too hard to the point where you won't allow yourself to release the music.
Oh yeah, see,
because I get that.
I've known artists that have paid for big features with people and done really dope tracks by themselves or whatever, and they just sit on them, and then years go by and nobody's ever heard it, and just it sits there. Yeah, I definitely don't want to ever do that.
Yeah,
I tried.
It's
more of in the production process with me. I'll sit there and just break my head over until it sounds exactly like what I fucking heard in my head.
Okay. Now I can understand it. I mean, you want it to be perfect, but that's the thing. You can't allow your want for it to be perfect to blind what could be also perfect.
Exactly.
And that's the problem. Is even when I'm writing, I do that a lot. I write stuff that's dope. I mean, I think if 90% of the people out there heard it, they'd be like, "Wow." But I'm nope.
And you hear about artists too that like some of their smash fucking hits that like the world loves, they didn't even like that track that much.
Oh, absolutely. And some of them, hate the songs that they've got big on. I mean, there's a lot of bands out there that have had to perform, night after night after night hits. Can you imagine? I mean, there's a lot of bands out there. Like, even think of bands like Journey, and I'm not saying that this is the case for them, but when you're playing those same hits over and over and over again, night after night, tour after tour for decades.
And you don't even like the song.
You don't even like the song. You're like, fuck this. I'm going to end it tonight on stage. No, that's crazy. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, so you talked to us about your writing style. Is that how it is for you recording, or when you record, is it, a lot of artists do piece by piece punch-ins. Some people just let it flow. Some people like to lay it with multiple layers. What's your recording style like?
I definitely used to use a lot more punch-ins, and not to say anything against anybody who uses punch-ins, but
I've nothing wrong with punch-ins whatsoever.
I feel like nowadays I'll almost always try to do it in one take, unless it's physically impossible that, breath-wise, that I can get all of it in one take.
Yeah, I try to do the one take myself, so I was just curious to see how you do that, because a lot of people do section by section by section, which is fine. I mean, I guess it depends on your style too. But I like to lay it down as one solid hit if I can hit it, and then give it some in and outs on a second layer. That's just the best way to go for me, at least.
Yeah, definitely. Most of the time, the only time I'm doing separate takes, like in a verse, likewise, is when the tone changes dramatically. It just comes out a lot better when you don't gotta actually physically change that tone all quick.
Yeah, true. Because, that's hard to get them to match exactly. You can usually tell they're different takes unless you blend that really well.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Now, how was it, when you first came out in the hip-hop scene? Did people take you seriously? Did they want to be a part of the, the following of your music? Is it trying to overcome, adversity? What kind of story did you have with that? Because every area and every scene is completely different. And I know here in Pittsburgh, certainly going to be a lot different than out there in Washington State, so how's the scene out there? How are they as far as being receptive to you and your music?
It's crazy. One of the main things I've noticed over the last 4 or 5 years, And I don't know if this is a change around the country or if it's just in my local, like, state and, you know, the Northwest, that it seems like a lot of local shows aren't going on anymore. Like, there used to be, just in the Yakima Valley, not a big city, and there used to be a good fucking 30, 40 artists that were really good that were doing shows a lot of times, and now it's like there's maybe a dozen.
Okay, so it really toned down. That's a lot of places, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately. I mean, we still got a pretty good scene out here. I won't complain. I mean, we do still have a lot of shows that happen, but it's not as booming as it once was. But I do see a lot of scenes because I talk to a lot of different people from different areas, and I noticed that they're talking about the fact that the scene in the underground has been kind of, you know, died down a little bit in their area or their city and town. So that's been something I've been hearing a lot of lately, which is sad because, I mean, people need to be getting out to shows. They need to be enjoying music. If you're listening out there, this is kind of the point of it. This is uncovering the underground. We want to show you underground music and have you a part of that scene and that lifestyle. So please go out to shows, support artists. If you're not doing anything that night, don't sit at home. Go out and support them. Have a good time. They have a good time. I can't push that enough. Music is
exactly. Just don't sit there and say, "Oh, I wish I could have gone," or "Oh, I should have gone." And that's I do notice that too, that you guys are killing it out there with shows in Pittsburgh. I see you guys doing all kind of crazy events all the time.
Yeah, man.
Like
I wish you were over here.
How many events for Brutal Business happened this year?
This year,
I heard you say on the live chat.
Before the end of the year, it'll be right around 60.
Whew, see, that's nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. It's like I said, I can only do so much from over this direction from where you're at, but we need to get you over here because I'll tell you what, there's a lot of fruit to be picked from the tree.
Yeah, I mean, I remember doing almost 30 shows in the summer. I felt like I was just fucking murdering shit.
Oh, absolutely, man. That is, though. You're getting, you know, quite a bit of shows, and that vast over, you know, spans over all of the things that we were doing over here between. That was just events. So that's the wrestling, that's the shows, that's everything included. But still, I mean, that's quite a bit of events. There was, at one point in time, we had all those car shows that were going on over the summer. So it was quite a bit of events.
Oh, hell yeah.
What do we got? We got some comments coming in here. I have Randy King Zarati saying, "Dope, my dude TRoublE reps the team Troublemakers. Retro heads, we out here."
That's my homie Retro.
And then the Rooster said a lot of shows. Yeah, so a lot of shows. I mean, there's, you know, it's been fortunate, man. Like I said, we're just going to continue to spread, continue to grow, and do what Brutal Business does. And at some point, there's going to have to be a connection of, you know, Troublemakers and TRoublE being over this way for some shows.
Oh, definitely. That's going to happen.
Let's take a look. We are right now about 22 minutes in, which is a perfect time to take our first song break. Now, we have, you know, a few different choices here to jump into. We do have Always, The Freak, My Language, If I'm Gonna Make It. Which one do you want to jump into first, brother?
Let's start off with My Language and tell them that, you know, that's on the new Brutal Business compilation CD. Anthems from the Asylum.
Absolutely. If you're listening out there, this is brand new, or recently new, off our Anthems of the Asylum mixtape through Brutal Business Entertainment. You can pick that up on all online major retailers. It's a great disc. 13 different songs on that album, and all of them are fire. So check it out. And this song is off there. This is TRoublE, My Language, on Uncovering the Underground.
Yeah.
My brain leak on the paper like a brain drill. Never feels better than when the rain hit. I speak of nothing but the insane shit. Are you ready to learn my language? My brain leak on the paper like a brain drill. Never feels better than when the rain hit. I speak of nothing but the insane shit. Are you ready to learn my language? Ever since a tadpole, I've always been a slimy one. Trouble the misfit, living this shit to grimy one. You've been waiting for your new king, well I have come. Bow your heads and take your place in the asylum. I'm sick of the killing kittens, the lava's up as I'm spitting. The wicked is my intention, we're enemies in the mission. Listen, this is not fiction, I have come to make it real. If I have to, I will kill, prophecy be fulfilled. Call it the will of the gods or the will of the devils, but really I believe in none. I'm so sorry for your troubles. I have come with a shovel, bury you deep in a hole. My feelings I can't control, so I gotta take your soul with a mug like Rocky Dennis and an evil with Dennis. Ugly and understatement, I'm a downright menace. You with me to hit the scrimmage, make the push in the first. We brutal up in this business, this is sick and it's worse. My brain leak on the paper like a brain drill. Never feels better than when the rain hit. I speak of nothing but the insane shit. Are you ready to learn my language? My brain leak on the paper like a brain drill. Never feels better than when the rain hit. I speak of nothing but the insane shit. Are you ready to learn my language? Another verse for the worst, with heads that hurt. They're downtrodden, forgotten, but still walking this earth. Then my motherfucking people fuck the steeple. I'm a gutter motherfucker, yeah, and just be looking evil. They be fucking your mad minds and cutting your landlines and leading you to the slaughter. To damn, your life is past prime. Sick, intelligent, mainstream is irrelevant. I'm loving the underground. We a new breed of elephants, stomping the opposition. The competition is none. No, we wicked, dark, shine brighter than the sun. Enemies come, I am done with the beat around. I watch as I beat them down. I sit there and bleed them out. Y'all don't want nothing with the team. Brutal is the business, we murder the scene. No. I kill a bitch when it's time, we be a virus spreading all across the land, no. My brain leak on the paper like a pain drill. Never feels better than when the rain hit. I speak of nothing but the insane shit. Are you ready to learn my language? My brain leak on the paper like a pain drill. Never feels better than when the rain hit. I speak of nothing but the insane shit. Are you ready to learn my language?
All right, and we are back on Uncovering the Underground Radio podcast show. That was My Language from TRoublE, who's our guest. We've been hanging out with him tonight, talking to him about, who he is, what he does, and what he has coming for you here in the near future. If you have missed it, you can always rewind back because all of our shows can be downloaded or streamed at any time on any type of device across any of the platforms that serve online music. So please check us out. Check out all of our old episodes and our future episodes coming. Check out our sponsors, and always check out our great guests. Tonight, we have TRoublE on the line, as I mentioned, and we're going to jump back into the interview with him. One of the questions I ask all my guests is that if you had to choose between writing the biggest hit that you could possibly imagine writing, having it all, getting the fame, getting the the money from it, but every other song that you ever write is absolutely garbage, or would you rather write hit after hit after hit? I'm talking just phenomenal songs, but for some reason no one ever hear them. You never go anywhere. You're just a tiny, small time artist.
That's a hard question. Do I like the songs? All right, so if I write that big hit, are the songs that I'm releasing after that never get big, do I like them?
That's a very good question. No one's ever asked me that back. I guess no.
Okay, if I don't like the songs I'm coming out with, if I don't like the songs I'm coming out with, then I would not take the one hit wonder. I would rather be a standard level artist and love the art I'm doing. You know what I mean?
I guess you could love them, but it would be like no one loves them. So like you're writing these songs and you have passion for it. You go out and play it, and people are just like crickets, over and over and over again. So it's like you almost feel like they're not hearing it. So I think that
it's just like play that one hit.
Yeah, just over and over again. I think that would be worse than also you not liking it. I think we'll give you the fact that you still like it, but no one else does.
Yeah, that's true. I've heard about that from some fucking some legends coming out and doing like new shows, and they want to show newer stuff, and people are like, play that one. Yeah, they just get fucking pissed.
It can get like that. I've experienced that a little bit on a much, much smaller scale, obviously. But, for instance, for myself, Demon in the Darkness.
Love that song.
It's a great song. It is. But Every
the
time
video
I
too.
play, people want to hear that goddamn song. So every show I play ever for like the last 6 years, people are like, "Demon in the Darkness." I'm like, God damn it, I gotta play this fucking song again. But I haven't been playing in a while. But the last 2 shows I recently did, I did for the first time in a while. And I surprised him with
Now,
it. But no,
how much do you like that song in ratio to how much other people like that song?
the Demon in the Darkness.
Yes.
I mean, I love it. I always have a fond love for the song because it was I guess my biggest song, even though I don't feel that way. But I guess it was my biggest song, and I'll always like it for that fact. But it's not my favorite. You know what I mean?
I like Almost Famous from you. That song is fucking badass. That's some
that's
next level
more my
shit.
that's more my shit there. Like Almost Famous, the new one, Sea to Sin. That's the type of stuff that like I feel like them songs blow Demon in the Darkness away. But still, every time I go to a show or every time I'm talking to someone that heard about my music and heard about Skip Yickham but isn't really a big fan, they just know of me. They're like, "Oh yeah, you're the Demon in the Darkness guy." I'm like, "Yeah, you motherfucker. All right." Like, is that what I get known as? You know, I'm just this guy. It's funny. That's how it works.
Your costume was crazy in that video, bro.
Yeah, it was fucked up. I got a lot of slack for that actually. Surprisingly, that people were hitting me up, and I'm not even afraid to say it on live on the air. That I was getting all kinds of slack on that video because people were apparently saying that it was a racist video, and I never had looked at it like that at all. So I got hit up with this bullshit, and they're like, "What is the deal with this video?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?" They're like, "This is the most racist shit that I've ever seen." And eventually, so I was confused at first, and I said, "How is this video possibly racist?" They're like, "You're blackface in it."
Yeah, bro. You know what? I didn't even fucking think about that. And when you said racist, I was like, it took me a few seconds. And I was like, oh, okay.
Well, it surprised me.
What the fuck?
Like, I never thought of it that way. Like, I'm the demon in the darkness.
Until you just said that shit right now.
Like, I'm thinking Halloween. I'm thinking like I'm being painted up dark, and I'm this evil dark demon. Then sure enough, people try to turn it into something it's not. But I started getting hit up with all the shit that the people were like, "Oh, this racist video," and I'm like, "What the fuck are you people talking about?"
Like you were pretending to be a black guy. You're obviously a fucking demon with, fucking.
I got 3-inch nails
non-human features.
Yeah, 3-inch nails on and long ass horns and reptilian eyes. But that didn't matter apparently. But no, people always make anything into anything. I just seen a news article earlier today that they want to start getting away from clapping, like applause after something.
Oh my God! Why?
This is a real thing. Like they're actually like talking about how they can get rid of it because it could induce seizures for people who are sensitive to heavy clapping.
What?
So they said that like,
that's a new one.
They're trying to like at sporting events and other things. Like it was crazy. I was reading this and I'm like, this can't be a real thing, but it was a real thing.
At sporting events, I think clapping would be the least of your worries at sporting events. Motherfuckers scream their damn lungs out at sporting events. At football and shit, at least.
But that's the ridiculousness of it all. Is like, how are you gonna? We're just not gonna clap anymore. All right, people can have seizures if you clap, so we're just not doing it.
I just think it's crazy how you hear the term snowflakes all the time. I think it's crazy how there's such a small percentage. There can be such a small percentage of people that want the rest of the 99% of population to think how they think.
Oh, absolutely.
And conform to them. It's crazy.
It is really crazy. Oh my, no, I agree. What do we got going on here? I got, okay, yeah, someone said blackface. Yeah, that's crazy shit that, I never seen it coming. I was truly surprised when I got that message, and I'm like, okay. And then there was like 2 other messages from other people, and I'm like, are you fucking serious right now? So that's all right, though. You live and learn, I guess. I guess I'll never do that again. I can't fucking have fun and dress up like all Halloween and crazy looking because you're going to worry about people talking shit.
That's crazy, man. People are always going to talk shit. Some people just look for something.
Oh, they do. That's something that's always certain. Now, if you ever had much inner, scene beef before in your area, I mean, sometimes I know people coming out in the same scene have kind of issues with other. You don't have to obviously name anybody, but I mean, was there any beef along the years as you're coming up in a scene, or was everybody in your area kind of loving to what you were doing?
It's more love than anything. I mean, you're always gonna have a couple crabs in the bucket trying to pull the other ones down. You know what I mean? Thinking it's gonna get them closer to the top. But I mean, it's mostly love.
Good, because there's some sharky ass scenes out there.
Oh yeah, I've heard about some whole cities just like being infested with fucking haters like that.
You know what the problem is most people's mentality is they don't want to allow you to get further than they do. Everybody seems to have like a fear of that person can't get beyond me. I never understood that. Like, you do your thing, they do their thing. You can be cool with him, let him do his thing. If he makes it beyond you, great. Then that was his moment. He deserved it. You make it. I never understood that. Like, let's hold someone else down, or let's not try to help someone else advance because I don't want them to get beyond me.
Yeah, exactly. Crabs in the bucket. Like, for some reason they think you going up is gonna fuck with their success.
Yeah, and that
makes no damn sense.
That's crazy.
The mind of a weak person, honestly.
It really is, brother. I mean, that's something I've always thought is that's why I do what I do, and I try to get artists on the show like this and just bullshit with them and try to get their music out there and them as a person, because that's what people should be doing, is helping one another grow and not trying to stunt that growth. But a lot of the scene is like that. People really don't want to share the buzz because they don't think there's enough for everybody. But if they realize there's more than enough for everyone. Which
is fucking crazy. I mean, I don't know how many times I've clicked on a video on YouTube, artist I've never heard of at fucking all, and he's got millions and millions of views. You know what I mean? So to think that there's not enough for everybody is just stupidity.
Yeah, man, it's a big, big bucket. Now, if you had all the time that you've put into music, everything that you've spent over the years, writing, performing, all of it, if you could have all of those hours back and you could put it into one other thing, what would it be?
Ooh. That's crazy, because that's over half my life now.
Exactly. Think of all those hours.
That's crazy. Honestly, I wouldn't trade music for anything, but if I had to trade it for something else, I really do love doing graphics. Video production's a little bit more menial. Yeah, I mean, you know what? Before I got into music, I was a lot more of just a visual artist, drawing and painting and shit like that. So yeah, I'd probably put it into that.
Okay. See, I figured it would be some type of artistic. I know you love doing art, so that's great. I don't know what I would do with mine. I mean, if I could have all the hours back rapping, I think I would probably put it into guitar again, because I mean, I was a good guitar player at one point in time, and it'd be great to have that time to put back into it. But now I don't do that either. So it's like, if I could have all the time between the two of them, Christ, I could do anything I wanted.
Fuck yeah.
Take mountain climbing lessons, go climb Everest.
I don't know why that exact same fucking thing was in my head. I'd be the baddest mountain climber ever.
Yeah, get it. I'm going to go out there and climb that mountain. Can you fucking imagine
Hey,
that?
you heard about fucking Mount Everest now? I guess it's just becoming like a fucking garbage heap. So many people going up there and putting their flags and stupid shit like that.
Oh, well, no, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, it's just like, I guess it's getting ridiculous, because people think it's such a feat, and more people are trying to climb that shit. They're just leaving shit up there, garbage, water bottles, and their flags, stupid shit like that.
I believe it. People ruin everything because we are a disease.
Yep, definitely.
The human race is a disease, folks, and you are part of it. Oh my. So, you think you'd put it back into art, you said, correct?
Definitely, yeah.
Now, how long you been doing art for? Has it been something you've been doing your whole life?
Well, like, when I got into music, it was something I was doing for, years before I got into music. But once I got into music, pretty much everything fell away to the wayside for a good decade before I started adding other things into my ensemble, you know what I mean?
Okay. That's great, though. So, like I said, very versed at what you do, have a lot of different, skill sets, and I think you're very good at both. If you haven't checked out his graphics and everything, his killer graphics, we can drop you a link here after tonight's show, so make sure you're looking for that on Facebook. I will drop it on the Brutal Business page. But check out his artwork. If you're needing anything done, please hit him up for work.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, brother.
Absolutely. So let's take a look here. We got checking the comments, making sure we're not missing anything. I don't think we have in this case. Now, do you, how often have you been playing out recently?
How often have I been what?
Playing out recently.
Playing like shows?
Yeah.
I actually haven't done a show for a minute now. I've got that fucking itch. I want to get out there and start killing shows again. For the last, I want to say 4 months, 6 months, I've really been focused on building a solid team around me and kind of helping them get established at the same time as I'm working on all my things.
No, there's nothing wrong with that, man. It's good to have a strong foundation, to have a strong group, and then you can start booking your own shows out there. That's been kind of my motto over life. If they're not going to give it to me, I'm just going to take it.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's just sometimes you just got to do that. And that's why we get to play a lot of shows, but a lot of the shows that we're playing over this way is ones that we're putting on. So it's not having to count for anybody else and wait for someone else to want to book us. So just, form our own shows and mix different art stuff. And that's the great thing about it, is when you mix different people up every time, it's not the same show. You get different types of music. It's always something to see.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, like I said before, I'd hate to be redundant, but I wish you were over here, my man. We would definitely throw you on some stuff. I'd love to perform with you. It's
going to happen.
It's going to happen. And we've worked together a few times now on a few different songs. And I'm sure there's definitely many more to come. Why don't we jump into another one? Because honestly, we might have time tonight to play all four. So I want to see if we can get them into one of the other ones. What is your thought on the next track?
Which track would you like to play?
I want to play The Freak.
Okay. I kind of had that in my head, but I didn't want to.
No, absolutely.
I didn't want to just.
This is one of my absolute favorites of you, so we're going to go ahead and jump into this, folks. If you are listening, this is TRoublE, and this track is called The Freak, here on Uncovering the Underground. And we're back on Uncovering the Underground Radio podcast show, and that was The Freak from TRoublE, who is our artist that we are interviewing tonight, also an artist of my label Brutal Business Entertainment, and runner of Troublemakers Music. So, what was your main thought process when you wrote The Freak? Because I love that track.
It was just one of those songs that just fucking spewed out of me, you know what I mean? I probably had a good high on. I found that beat and it just fucking spoke to me and flew out of me. You know?
And you killed it, because I mean, it just rides, man. You just bob your head to that track and you just flow with it. Those
always proved to be my most favorite tracks and the funnest to perform and just to listen to, like the ones that just come effortlessly.
And you know what I like about your tracks? For anybody listening out there tonight, you might notice it, you might know, I maybe picked it up right from the beginning. I like TRoublE's music because when you're listening to it, you hear it, but then you have to listen to it multiple times. And it's not that he's not clear. He is. It's his style, and it's that raspiness to it that you hear it and you kind of pick parts of it up and you listen to it again and you hear it again. You're like, oh, damn, I picked a little bit more up. So you do have to listen to it a few times, but you don't have to first know exactly what you're saying to ride it, because your flow is so good. And then when you start to pick up piece by piece and it all comes together, you're like, well, damn.
Yeah, I call that ugly, man. So ugly as shit's beautiful.
Yeah, no, you kill it. That's your style, and that's why you stand out. You're different than most, and your sound is definitely unique, and I love it. I listen to it over and over again. I pick more and more up. And then when you do start to ride it, it has that raspiness to it, and it's dope.
Yeah, I had somebody tell me one time that they felt like I used my like when I rap, that I kind of try to use it as an instrument more than the words.
Okay. Well, it very much is an instrument. I mean, rap music, a lot of people laugh rap music off like, oh, rap music. Well, you know what? If you can really flow and really spit, that's an art form. I don't care if you like rap music or not. That is something that should still be at least appreciated. Like definitely. An instrument, because you're using your mind as an instrument.
Oh yeah, and you're working on a fucking craft and honing it, and honestly doing something that a lot of people can't do.
No, absolutely. I mean, a lot of people have a hard time with rhyming and with writing deeper content other than like basic rhymes. Everybody wants to stay on the same pattern, or it's just they can't write it to a rhythmic form. But when you really learn how to bend letters and bend words, it becomes something completely different.
Yeah, definitely. And take advantages of certain loopholes in the English language.
Absolutely. It's all about that wordplay, man. It's learning and knowing the words, because they piece together like a puzzle.
Yeah, hell yeah.
No,
like I said, I kind of picture my shit as like an architectural design. Like one side's too heavy or something, that shit's gonna fucking break.
Absolutely. No, I agree with you 100%. Now, when you were younger, were you always, trying to rhyme? Was it, I mean, even as a kid, because sometimes kids will like rhyme stuff not even thinking of rap. They're just rhyming.
You know what? Honestly, I don't really remember rhyming anything or even trying to do any of that when I was younger.
Okay.
I've always had a love for music. Definitely, I've always had a love for music, but I didn't even envision me being a part of it in that way until I was 16. It kind of dawned on me, and I've never thought a different way since.
What's your personal favorite genre of music?
I'm a rap head, man. I love rap the most, but so when I got my first boombox, I was 10 or 11, and I found fucking radio stations. I got into oldies. I got into fucking oldies. That was my shit. And then after that, I got into rock, like Kid Rock, and who else was I into back then? I don't know, but that was a short phase too. And then I found rap, and that was my fucking love from the get go.
Now, if you had to name me off, and they don't have to be the top three, but just three of your favorite rappers that you listen to, who would they be?
I like to always kind of think that a lot of my influence comes from, I would say, Tech Nine, DMX, and Bone Thugs.
Okay, all very good choices. DMX at one point in time, man, I'll tell you what.
Oh yeah, man. He's one of the only people I've ever got to. I could put his CD in and listen from track one to the end and not even want to skip a damn thing.
Yeah, he killed it. I was a very big DMX fan during like my high school days. Like when he came out, he was phenomenal. His raspiness behind his voice too, and just the fierceness of it, and definitely was
You
dope.
remember Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood? Do you remember that album cover?
Oh, I'd have to see it. I've definitely
He had
seen
his
it.
hounds
But
out and he was just drenched
yeah,
in blood, like somebody poured a bucket of blood on him. And that CD was one of my favorites ever from him, even though it was one of his least hit CDs.
that's all right though. A lot of times the things that aren't hits are usually the more raw music.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's just a lot of fucking soul on that CD, and yeah, definitely influenced me in a heavy way musically.
He was great. Definitely was someone I loved. I seen he recently had announced that he's making a comeback.
Yeah, I kind of just seen him in the news or something the other day in like a negative way. Heard something about him going to rehab or something. But I hope he's making a comeback. I love DMX. I
Yeah,
would
I hope
love to
so
see
too.
him. I would love to see him live, and it would be a fucking dream to work with him.
Absolutely. Now, if you had to pick someone, the kind of the cliche question of if you had to pick one person you could work with on a track, total, whether alive or dead, anyone, who would it be?
Ooh, that's a hard one.
I know it's a very hard one.
Cause
it gets asked all the time, but I still like the question because it's. I mean, okay, let's do it this way. If you could pick one band and then one other, whether it's a rapper, whether it's a singer, it doesn't matter, but one band, because I think that makes it easier to be able to not have one total.
I would say it'd be fucking dope to see how my style would mesh with Nirvana with Kurt Cobain.
Okay. It'd be pretty dope.
That'd be fucking something different.
It would be different. Could you imagine where Nirvana would have been or would be if it didn't go down the way that it went down?
Oh yeah, man. He definitely would have been doing shit for a long time.
I'd hope so. I mean, Nirvana came out and really took over the scene for a while, and it's tragic. Yeah, it really was. Like a quick burst of flame, and then it just disappeared.
Hey, to add on to that, the one person that's alive that I'd like to do something with is Sir Mix-a-Lot, man. He's just a fucking Washington legend. Like he's the first cat that ever came out of Washington for rap, and just fucking blew the fuck up.
Yeah, he was just over here. He played with Morbid Psychosis.
That. I was so jealous.
Yeah, Morbid Psychosis and a couple of the other guys on the team. So
I was so jealous.
Yeah, I didn't get to go to it, but I guess they were kicking it with him and everything. So that's pretty cool.
That's dope.
Yeah, it's so definitely I'll never forget when Baby Got Back came out when I was younger. That shit was hilarious. That took over the world at that point. Like everybody was playing that. It's still
who
playing.
Didn't know every word? Who didn't know every word to at least the first verse?
Oh, I mean that's one. Yeah, everyone of all walks of life still they kind of sing a little part to it, and they're like, oh fuck, even if I don't want to sing a little part to it, I got to.
Exactly.
And when you can do that to someone, there's certain songs out there that parts of your song will forever stick in like everybody's mind, whether they know the rest of the song or not. There's just parts like even you mentioned Kid Rock earlier, the ball with the ball. That part, everyone hears that or hears like they think of that, they know that part.
Oh yeah, definitely, exactly. Yeah, there's some songs out there that an artist will come out with that'll just break genre barriers. Like somebody who doesn't listen to a single fucking rap song will know that song. Like Afro Man, Because I Got High. My fucking parents know that song.
Yeah, it is funny. Yeah, breakthrough songs like that because that really was it. That and even the other one from him. I used to listen to a lot of Afro Man. I can't think of the names of the songs though.
Bro, Afro Man, some people call him a one-hit wonder. He has so many goddamn songs, it's ridiculous. So many good songs.
Oh, yeah, I had an album with like 16 tracks from him when I was younger. It was like one I put together of tracks of him, and they were all awesome. They were all amazing tracks. He was very good. He was very underrated. He only got, just like we were talking about earlier, play Because I Got High.
Yeah, exactly.
Every time he comes out and he's like, fuck you guys, that's my worst song. You know what I mean? And that's the one that everybody wants to hear.
I don't know if you've seen a couple years ago, he came out with a song called One Hit Wonder. He did a video, and he basically goes through and fucking talks about Because I Got High and names off like another 60 fucking great songs that he had. You know what I mean?
Oh no shit. Okay.
Yeah, it's a dope video and song. He has that comedian in it. That fucking he was in. You ever seen the movie Grandma's Boy?
Yeah, it's been a while.
The motherfucker that was all baked and shit. He got a monkey and stuff.
Okay, I vaguely remember. It's been a long time. That's
Going off
crazy.
trail and
He
shit.
got he got a little bit in trouble there. I think a little while back. There was a video. He knocked some chick out on stage.
Yep, I remember that. So I remember him explaining too that he didn't know who was behind him.
I
He
believe
just knew
him.
there was somebody on stage that shouldn't have been on stage, and he just swung around quicker than ever and just smacked her to the ground.
Well, here's the thing.
Honestly, I was laughing my ass off at that video just because when her boyfriend gets up on stage, he looks like he's gonna try to do something. And he just kind of looks at Afro-Man and just walks off and kind of carries her off. Honestly, it was her fucking fault for jumping on stage and trying to come up behind, Afro-Man while he was doing that concert.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. You got different artists that like different things. Some artists don't want like their fans to jump up and interact with them. Like, stay where you're at and I'll perform and stay back. Some artists want you to be in their face jumping around. I like people jumping around and stuff, but there's a level to it. If I'm on stage and I don't see you and I'm into it and I'm in front of a huge crowd like that and you could run up behind me and wrap your arms around me, like, yeah, I'm probably going to turn around and elbow drop you in the face. You know what I mean? Like, that's... I understand where he came from. He turned around and dropped her, though. It was hilarious.
If you watch the video, you can see very clearly he does not turn around to see if it's a woman or a man. He just swings his arm back.
And he takes her out. She got cold cocked and dropped.
Yeah,
it's fair game though. Like I said, you're jumping on stage and coming at me. Like, who told you? If I didn't openly invite you to jump up on stage, and I'm a bigger artist like that, like, don't jump on stage.
Yeah. There's stupid people out there who want to fuck with you just because they know who you are.
Well, you never know if someone's running up to do something to you. You don't know if someone's like, you never know what their motives are behind that. Plus, if they're running across stage, they trip on equipment or something, or they fuck up your song. And once you get to a certain level, you want your show to go perfect every single time. Like, someone running across stage and even distracting you for a minute or bumping into a mic stand, all that's going to take away from your show that you're giving. You have to give a quality product. So.
Definitely.
Don't get cold cocked.
Yeah.
If you had to fight,
right from Skippy.
If you had to fight a beaver-sized horse, or a horse-sized beaver, excuse me, or 100 beaver-sized horses, which would you pick, and why?
Definitely the 100 beaver-sized horses. Because, I mean, the only move a fucking horse has is the backwards kick. Other than that, you're going to fuck that horse up. Especially if it's small. Is he going to kick you in the shin? I'm good. I'm taking that over the big-ass beaver teeth. The motherfuckers can already chew through wood when they're tiny as shit. They're going to chew through your ass.
I watched a video earlier of a lady who rescued a beaver. And she keeps it in their house for at least the time being until it's rehabilitated, and he tries to build dams. He takes everything from around her house, clothes baskets, couch cushions, jackets, everything you can think of, shoes, and it pushes it over into the hallway and starts to build a dam. And I was watching this in this video. It's hilarious, and this thing's huge. Like, you don't realize how big a beaver is, but this thing is enormous. It was really cool to see. I'm like, wow, that's interesting. And she would take the stuff away, and then like he would build the dam again. He like over and over again would gather her belongings and dam it up in the hallway.
I wonder how, other than that, how good of a domestic pet that beaver is.
I mean, she said that he's already caused around $500 or $600 in damage, but she loves him so much she just lets it go. I'm like, all right, that's insane, but okay. I mean, I get it though. She's saving this big ass beaver, and it's respect to her. Save the beavers, folks.
I already got a dog the size of a horse. I don't need that shit.
Okay, what breed is he?
Great Dane.
Great Dane. Okay, then he would be big. Great Danes are good dogs. I've always liked Great Danes.
Oh yeah.
God, are they big?
Awesome dogs.
Now, let's see. We got 2 more songs of yours coming up, and why don't you tell us a little bit about one of them? We got a new one as far as I know. If I'm Gonna Make It. Is that a new track of yours?
That's actually a new track off the EP that I'm getting produced by my buddy JP, and that should be out very early 2020.
Now, you are working on, before we jump into the track, you're working on three different projects right now?
Honestly, it's 4 or 5 right now, actually.
Okay, you're going in for the gold. Care to speak on any of them?
Yeah. So I'm working on TRoublE Mix Volume 2, which I already mentioned. I'm working on my Ugly EP, which is fully produced and just me. I'm working on a collaborative project with my label mate, Mr. Mortis, called Blunts and Body Bags, which should be out soon. It's almost done. And I got, the EP that this next song's off of with JP, which is still yet to be named. I got a couple other projects that don't have names yet that are just getting started. I just started throwing tracks directed toward those projects.
Okay.
So
that's great.
And then I got another one that I can't talk about with a couple of dope artists.
Okay, well, that's awesome. Well, we can't wait to hear about it whenever you're ready to release that information. But no, you got a lot of great tunes coming up. You have quite a body of work at this point in time. I mean, you've already released quite a bit. You got quite a bit coming. So impressive catalog.
Thanks,
I can't wait to hear all the other stuff you got coming out. And we're going to listen right now, folks, to a brand new track. And we're going to play for you If I'm Gonna Make It. And we'll be right back.
This life we live is in stages, we steady going through phases. Sometimes this shit get crazy, some will leave before the days. And what can you do except keep moving on and then with your progress? Don't stay in the dark, the light can be so beautiful and flawless. You're never gonna stop to the day I drop, got something to prove. That's going in the slot with a jackpot in mind, hoping not to lose. Get the confidence to bet on yourself when everyone doubt you down. Success is the best motivation, prove your eyes that you hold the crown. Hell yeah, I swear it's how to do it, you die. There's a certain kind of belief that comes with losing your mind. For years, been looking for paradise, nothing hard to define. To let go of my troubles, now everything's just falling in line. If I'm gonna make it, man, I gotta do it now. I gotta lay it on down, take it down to the ground. I'm gonna make it, I can't let them hold me down. Gotta hold my head proud until my heart is a sound. I'm gonna make it, I can never fucking stop. Steady climb to the top and rock till my body drop. I'm gonna make it, gotta lay it on the line. Fight for what is mine, won't stop till the day I die. My foes, gotta stay all up on my toes. The most, and never get close. My heart has been hurt before. Through the cold, we roll until we see brighter days. Everything around me unclear, I'm lost up in this haze. This life amaze you with a dead end, you're done. Can't see what's around the corner, you take a leap and you run. It don't work out for everyone, and that's the fear. But the masses, you being under statistic. Another one gone in a flash in the past. So many memories never to be seen again. For some, it's just too much, and they take their life in the end. For years, been looking for paradise, nothing harder to find. To let go of my troubles, now everything's just falling in line. If I'm gonna make it, man, I gotta do it now. I gotta lay it on down, take it down to the ground. I'm gonna make it, I can't let them hold me down. Gotta hold my head proud until my heart is a sound. I'm gonna make it, I can never fucking stop. Steady climb to the top and rock till my body drop. I'm gonna make it, gotta lay it on the line and fight for what is mine, won't stop till the day I die. I'm gonna make it.
And we're back on Uncovering the Underground Radio podcast show, and that was TRoublE, If I'm Gonna Make It, which is a brand new track from him, so you heard it here first and foremost, folks. If you like it, let him know. Check him out on all his social media platforms, all of his sites he's on. Pick up his past music and any future music coming out. And make sure you listen to this full episode to hear a little bit about who he is as we kick it with him and just kind of bullshit. If you like the show, we come to you every single week on Thursday nights, 8 to 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Every week we do 8 to 9 p.m. uninterrupted underground music, 9 to 10:30 p.m. in-depth interviews with people of all different kinds of backgrounds in the underground, whether it be bands, rappers, authors, actors, models, you name it, they're on the show. And each and every week we bring you a show, sometimes twice a week. So tune in. You can find all of that on our Spreaker app. If you are listening out there and want to talk to us during the show, a good thing to keep in mind is if you go through Spreaker.com or the Spreaker app in the app market, and that is Spreaker, you can actually chat with us and instant message us live during the show, which will allow you to ask the guests questions, leave feedback, and leave us comments. So if you are listening out there and want to be more involved into the show, which we would love you to be, go ahead and jump in. We have a little bit of the show left. You can ask any questions you'd like.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's awesome that you got all this music coming up. Another great track from you right there. I can look forward to hearing the rest of the catalog that you're going to be putting out. Now, do you have any other big projects planned aside from the music with art coming up that you're working on, or anything else just in any other artistic fashion that you're currently in works on?
Oh, one thing I did want to mention, I forgot to mention before, that EP that song's off of, it's going to be 5 songs, but it's also 5 music videos. So it's a visual EP.
Okay, that's
And
awesome.
all the videos are going to link up too.
No question. Is all the videos being filmed and produced by you?
They're actually being filmed and produced by JP. So
Okay.
he's doing all the production on this project, and I'm just doing the songs. He made the beats, and he's producing the videos. We've already got 2 of the videos out of the 5 knocked out.
That's awesome. You're putting in work.
Yeah, trying to, man.
Videos are a fun part of it. I love doing music videos. I have several myself, and I always, enjoyed going. I like the acting part. I like just the visualization of the music. I think that's a really cool aspect of making music. That's my thing, is there's a lot of people just like to play live. There's a lot of people that just want to make music to make a buzz. I love every aspect of it, from the artwork that's made to the production to the recording to the visualization, which I think all of them are very stimulating and important.
Definitely. Yeah. You know what? Here's a question for you. What's your favorite video that you've made?
That's a very tricky question. They're all very different. That's the thing that makes it kind of unique, is you got videos like Apparitions where it's a lot of flashes of different things across the screen, which is kind of cool. It's a different concept. And then I think it would have to come down, Almost Famous was a great one. I mean, with all the conspiracy theory, red flags that we throw in throughout the video. But if I had to pick, I think, put me on the spot, TRoublE. That's a fucking.
What is the one where you're by the fire?
Sickness.
That one's fucking sick. I like that one
That
a
was
lot.
my first music video ever, and I like that, but I think I would probably pick Saved by the Shell, or...
Ooh, yeah, that one's fucking dope.
Or...
Very dope concept.
Or True Psycho, one of those two.
Ooh, okay.
True Psycho, because it was a short film, and it was like 12 minutes long, and it had the other footage around it that made it more of like an underground horror movie that turns into a music video into it, and it was fun. It was longer. It was more acting. A lot more went involved to it. It was involved in, I should say. But I think that was probably one of my favorites.
Definitely. You know what? I did the same kind of thing when I produced Mr. Mortis's video, Never Run in Fear. That shit felt more like a horror movie to me than an actual music video.
Yeah, I seen that. I mean, it did have kind of that effect to it and that feel to it of I
actually had to kind of tell them how to act, because I had extra people in the video.
Yeah, and they were running at one point from him, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's cool. underground horror, elements can be good to it. I mean, that's what's funny about some of the videos. Some of the videos aren't horror at all. Some of them are more like horrorcore style. True Psycho is definitely more of the horrorcore side. Like I said, it was that, and then it was Saved by the Shell. Saved by the Shell, I think, just because I've always really liked that song, and I thought that song has a very important message about bullying and school shootings and things, and the video really like brings it home to like, wow, like it's disturbing almost. Like when you watch it, it kind of weirds you out.
Definitely, yeah. It felt like it was a very dope concept, and almost felt like you were really watching somebody kind of freak out and go through that drama.
You're a fly on the wall watching them from their life, freaking out in their room, thinking about doing it and pointing into pictures and being, and speaking to the pictures. So it was.
Did you see that thing on that just went viral on Facebook? That teacher that stopped that student from shooting up the school?
I'd seen a picture of it on Facebook. I didn't really read it. I just seen it was a black teacher grabbed the gun off the kid. I just seen him holding the gun. I didn't see what anything else about it. I just seen that quick picture.
So it's just a video. It's just from the hallway perspective. You see him come out of the room, and he has the gun in his hand. He's just trying to calm the kid down, and he hands the gun off somebody else, and you can tell he's just consoling the kid and talking to him and actually taking an interest in what's going on with him.
Well, that's good. I'm glad he stopped it.
That's what I liked about Saved by the Shell too, and because a lot of those cases, they just see the fucked up shit that happened at the end. They don't see the sometimes years of torture that some of these people go through.
Exactly, and that's what I say in the one verse of it is I just wanted to be a nice guy, sit back and laugh and watch his time pass by, but it wasn't in his plans for me because he just kept picking on me, So it's like, I just wanted to be a regular kid, and I just wanted to just have fun like everybody else. Why do you got to relentlessly torture me and pick on me every day and embarrass me in front of everyone else around me? And eventually you have enough of that shit, and it tells that perspective of, this is what goes on behind the scenes. It's not just, that kid was a disturbed kid. Was he? Or did he just get pushed too much by the people that are disturbed? If you pick on someone every day until they do something like that, I would think that they're the disturbed ones.
Exactly.
But, it's a great thing about music is it's endless what you can tell in your music, what you can portray. And that was more of a storytelling song. And some songs are just more hard-hitting, but that was one I wanted to say, I want to tell a story with this.
Definitely.
Now, another question I ask everyone, kind of a fun question, is, and I always like to see people's answers because they're always very, very different. If you had to pick one animal species that would take over the whole world, like, and I don't mean like in an intelligent way, like they talk to one another, they become like, shark people or anything like that.
But their population just blew up.
Their population blew up, or they have the means of taking over. If people just vanished off the earth right now, and it was just the animals, which would ultimately take over and be like the ruler of them all.
Oh, that's crazy. I was a huge fucking fan of the Planet of the Apes reboot and shit. I loved those damn movies. It's an animal that I would like to see take over the world almost. Like if there was an animal that did it.
If the animals were smart enough to take over, who would ultimately be your thought of who you think would win it? It's a battle free for all. Who's taking it?
You got dolphins who are intelligent as shit and who they say think a lot like humans, but they're just confined to the fucking water and no damn way to make anything. I would say it's probably fucking like gorillas or fucking some kind of monkey.
Okay.
The motherfuckers, they actually have the capability they fuck with tools already. So
you think they're taking the win then?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I always get a lot of very different answers on that. I've had everything from people saying ants to octopus to all kinds of things and different reasons why, which is very interesting. Lions, tigers, all kinds of shit. And there are very good reasons as to why. I mean, like the ants thing is ants can come into millions, and how do you stop that?
Right. One I fucking would hate to see take over the world is because I have a phobia instilled in me since I was young was fucking spiders. That movie Arachnophobia did a fucking number on me when I was younger.
That was a very good movie. I remember watching it when I was younger too, and being like, "Wow, that's creepy as hell." No, it never bothered me. Like bugs never really were a big thing. Spiders, I don't like them. I certainly as fuck don't want them crawling on me, but I don't mind.
Yeah. Oh, I seen a fucking massive one in my basement the other day. I was like, fuck no. I picked up a shovel and I was fucking hitting in the corner. I seen that motherfucker going. I was trying to beat that motherfucker like a man.
Okay. So Trouble's trouble is spiders.
Yeah, I'm not scared of them, but I don't like them motherfuckers. I'm gonna kill everyone I see.
It sounds like there's some type of bitter hate towards them. That's all right, though. I mean, I guess everybody has their own.
I swear to God, it all stemmed from that arachnophobia movie. Wasn't there a fucking part in that movie where the motherfucking spider came up to the toilet?
I believe so, yes.
I swear to God, every once in a while, I still fucking check under the toilet to make sure there's not a motherfucking spider hanging under that motherfucker.
Now, talking about a horror movie, because I mean, I guess that could be considered horror, even if it's not like your traditional horror. What would be your favorite horror movie of all time? Because I think that's an important question now.
Ooh. That's a hard one. Favorite horror movie?
That defines you as a person. So how are you going to define yourself here?
Oh, that defines me as a person.
Well, I'm not saying it has to define you as a person. I'm just saying your answer is to me going to define you as a person.
Oh, gotcha. I'm a big comedy guy, so I love fucking the horror movies that are mixed with comedy. I'd probably have to say Evil Dead.
That was a good set of movies. I watched Evil Dead a lot when I was younger. I mean, I probably watched.
Did you like the reboot?
What
or the remake?
Which ones?
The newer Evil Dead they made.
Oh
they
yeah,
made a few years back.
I mean it was good. I forgot that they remade it. It'll never to me replace the original because like how funny it was. And
have you watched any of the Ash versus Evil Dead on Netflix?
I have not. No, I did see the reboot of the movie, but I did not see any of the show.
Yeah, no, it's a series and it's fucking awesome. I've already watched like the first 6 episodes. Fucking dope.
Yeah, I haven't got the chance to see that one yet, so I'll have to try to check it out. But no, I was a big fan.
It's called Ash versus Evil Dead.
Whenever he has what the hell? I think it's the third one. Whenever he swallows that guy, he's in his stomach and he drinks the hot ass water.
Oh yeah,
that's crazy. Good movie though. I think it's the one. I think it's the third one where he goes back in time to like medieval times.
Yeah, okay, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, he goes back there and he's like in the well with like the woman that they keep chained in the well. Yeah, it's crazy. Yep. It's a crazy shit right there. You know what? A movie that I liked, it was a horror movie that I thought was very different in concept was Cabin in the Woods.
Oh yeah, Cabin in the Woods. That was crazy. Didn't it like turn out to be like a big underground government facility or some shit?
And it was very similar to the Evil Dead Cabin in the Woods, and that's why I brought it up. And it was, but like whenever you went down in the basement, just like in Evil Dead, there was stuff that they got into that they shouldn't have. It was like the plots were very similar at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then it just turned completely fucking upside down with like this government facility, and there was like that you pick the one thing up, and it's like release the merman. There's all kinds of like crazy creatures and shit.
Yeah. Did you see that movie? What's it called? Belkin or some shit like that, where the motherfuckers worked in an office and they just shut it down and said they had to start killing each other, or they were going to kill a bunch of people?
No.
That one was fucking dope. You should watch it. I think it's called Belkin, if I remember right.
Belkin. Okay, I'll have to remember that.
Yeah, it's like... Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. I was going to say, I used to really watch a lot of horror movies. I mean, I was constantly... That was one of my things, is when I was younger, like early teens, back when Blockbuster was still there. You know, for kids out there listening now, what's Blockbuster? It used to sell movies.
People can't even get their fucking mind around that shit now, huh?
Yeah, it's crazy now, but I mean, it is crazy to think about that at one point in time, at least I did, would go into Blockbuster and other movie places all the time and rent movies and go home and watch them. I'm talking VHS and then DVDs.
Yeah.
And I
remember the switch to DVDs. I remember not having a DVD player after they switched to DVDs for a while until they like stopped fucking with VHS. Then we got a DVD player.
Me too. For a long time, I'm like, oh, these look so fancy. I'm like, I still got these VHS tapes. Eventually we made the switch over. It was a glorious day when we switched over to DVD. And then right around that time we switched over. And as soon as we got into DVD film, like we're hot shit, they're like, and there's Blu-ray, and we're like, motherfucker.
Right. And now it's not even any format. It's physical versus digital.
Yeah.
And it is the only sad thing to see on that physical versus digital switch over is to see record shops, CD shops going down. The local one in Yakima that's been here for 30 years just closed their doors. It's sad to see.
What's sad all around? I mean, think about it. The inception of internet and digital music, digital streaming, and radio, and it has completely annihilated the way things were done in the industries, and then completely spawned a whole new thing. You could start watching movies digitally. All of a sudden, you don't need Blockbuster and movie stores. So, boom, they're out of business. You don't need to go to a CD store to get CDs anymore. Boom, FYE and Sam Goody and all them out of business.
You don't even need a DVD player. Now you don't even need a fucking Roku or whatever. They're putting that shit straight in the TVs.
Exactly, and now you don't need that. So, boom, there goes DVD companies and things like that. Like places making the DVD players. You start to eliminate all these things. Like, we don't need that anymore. We don't need this anymore. It's just straight to your fucking device, straight to your brainwashing device in front of you. You just click a button and boom, it's there.
Exactly.
And that's crazy, but it's completely annihilated everything. I mean, it's just, I get into that argument a lot, or that talk a lot, just like it was whenever there was the switch over of Pro Tools and everything came out. That was a crazy thing, because it went from having to go to a recording studio to no longer having to go to a recording studio.
Yeah.
And that was a big switch, because it was
crazy.
like, okay, you don't have to like save up forever and go to the studio. You can actually record yourself now.
Yep.
Because I remember that wasn't an option years ago. It was like, okay, I gotta try to reserve a block of time, all fancy like at this studio, which I still do now. But this was like, no, like I go now to some people, like I go to Demo Demon now and record with our label. I go to his house and record music, and then I send it to DKM to mix and master it. But that's not the same thing. Like my first studio I was going to had like the glass wooden panels and the glass, the glass in front of you that you're looking out into the drum room, the bass room, that individual rooms, guitar room, vocal booth. It was this phenomenal, beautiful studio, and that's what I went to for a while. And then it was like digital became more and more accessible, and then it was like everybody got Pro Tools now, and it was like, okay. It was really cool to see the switch there, because it was like I can now go to buddies' houses and not have to pay and feel so uncomfortable, because you felt uncomfortable there.
Oh, I bet. You couldn't be yourself.
Fuck no, because you're like standing in this big ass acoustic room with glass all around you and just padding. And like right now, I actually kind of wish I could go back and do that now. But being new, I'm like, this is intimidating as fuck.
I bet.
It worked out pretty good though.
I still remember when like it was fucking rare to find somebody with Pro Tools. Like the boom of home studios. I still remember when Pro Tools was an $800 over $1,000 program that only ran on certain machines and with certain hardware, to nowadays you can pay a subscription to the brand new Pro Tools and have it for $30 a month.
Well, and you know what? You can actually, I was gonna say that too, and you can do that with Photoshop now, which is very nice for people out there. Is you can do their yearly plan, and it's like $160 a year or something like that, or it's like $11 a month or something, and you can have Photoshop, which is very nice because I'm a photographer, so I can have that.
For a long time, I was doing the full Adobe suite. That was like, I think it was like $55 or $60 a month, and you got access to every single one of their fucking programs.
Yeah, and they have a lot of good programs. Like right now I use Lightroom and I use Photoshop, so that's two I use, but they have a lot of other options.
Okay. I would fuck with Photoshop, Premiere, After Effects. You ever heard of Fuse?
I don't think so.
Fuse is they actually bought it from somebody else's, like making characters for games or for CG, shit like that, making custom characters.
Then I could definitely see you liking that program then.
What's that?
I said I could definitely see you liking that program then, because you're definitely into the game side of things.
Oh yeah, definitely.
No, talking about that real quick, not to sidestep, but I mean that's something we haven't brought up so far tonight. Before we finish out, you are looking at dabbling into, creation of games and have in the past, and it's something that you have a passion and you are a big gamer yourself. Why don't you talk to us a little bit about that?
It's still a pretty new venture for me. It's not much more than, it's not even a year old yet. But yeah, I've spent a lot of time researching, learning different tools to get into. I've always loved video games. I honestly never thought I would have. I guess it's just like having a home studio nowadays. I never thought I would have access to tools to make video games that could go to Xbox or PlayStation, or PC. I never even envisioned me. I thought that was, something way the fuck out of my reach.
If you can put your mind to it, you can do it, brother.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Sounds like there's demons coming whenever I talk sometimes. It's crazy. I just heard what sounded like an evil spirit yelling at me. Sounds like he should be on my other show. Now, we do have time for one more song. We're going to jump into that, come back, wrap up the interview for the evening. This last song is going to be Always. And why don't you tell us a little bit about that and an interlude into it, and we'll go ahead and drop it for everybody.
All right. Always is another, the second single off of Troublemakers Volume 2, and it's featuring my BBE label mate, Killin' Noise, on the first verse. And on the second verse, my Troublemaker label mate, Lyrical Blessing. And I'm on the third verse, and I do the hook also.
All right, folks. Well, here it is. This is Always by TRoublE.
Yeah.
Just for pressing your buttons. Every day I'm getting closer to the edge of destruction. Baby mama took my kid and heart and left me with nothing. Now I'm trying to carve and leave that bitch's head like a pumpkin. On the cool to set the record, I was never this crazy. Till the world turned around and decided to fucking hate me. Saying that I'm worshiping Satan and trying to play me. When I trace you, I'ma slay you and lace you across the pavement. Thanks to Google Maps, I done found out where you live at. Finna twist your wig back and leave you with your shit clapped. Mine is dark in the soul and my heart is pitch black. Probably about to blow like I'm pumping gas with a lit match. All you do is talk shit, breath is sick ass. Need to get your ass bitch slapped with some Tic Tacs. Cut the brakes to your vehicle, watch that shit crash. Molotov your car and then walk away from a big blast.
Always be talking shit. Hey, always trying to bump their lips. Okay, always be on that jazz. Well, tell them motherfucking niggas they can kiss your ass. They always be talking shit. Hey, always trying to bump their lips. Okay, always be on that jazz. Well, tell them motherfucking niggas they can kiss your ass.
I wake up in the morning about to spark me a split. Then I'm thinking to myself, ain't life such a trip? Considered a loser through the public abuse, yeah, but I ain't the one to be pinned up. I live a life of a sinner. I be cooking these beats up and eating MCs for dinner. I got the hustle game unlocked with my gun by my cock. With the hat to the side, you can tell by my walk. I ain't the one to be fucked with, cause your luck wet and habit. I got a heart of a savage. I'll eat you up like a rabbit, shit you out like some cabbage, and black you out like the Sabbath. I got that getty green, if you know what I mean. I got the sticky situation that don't come with no seeds. I stay away from new drug called jealousy. I'm a virus to the hate, but I won't hesitate to walk by your casket, spit in your face. You know I got the means to disappear with no trace.
Cause they always be talking shit. Hey, always trying to bump their lips. Okay, they always be on that jazz. Well, tell them motherfucking niggas they can kiss your ass. They always be talking shit. Hey, always trying to bump their lips. Okay, they always be on that jazz. Well, tell them motherfucking niggas they can kiss your ass. My mama always said I might meet people that were just like you. But at the same time, see the evil that these men might do. In the same mind, and they see my music blends well through to the wayside. I would never dance some music too. Fuck you haters, eat a bottomless bag full of dicks. Musical generator and entrepreneur in this bitch. Y'all know trouble, you know how I do. Circle the mic in the grill of a hater trying to spew. Fuck you and everything you idolize, you bitch. And me a man who ain't nothing but a pile of time to show to you. Turn around in your eyes, why kept budget t-shirts, won't shut you off, see it's your eyes. Like always be talking shit, always trying to bump their lips. I said they always be on that jazz. Well, tell the motherfucking niggas they can kiss your ass. I said they always be talking shit, always trying to bump their lips. I said they always be on that jazz. Well, tell the motherfucking niggas they can kiss your ass.
And we're back on Uncovering the Underground, and that was always from my man TRoublE. We've had him here on the line with us for the last hour and 18 minutes, and we've been picking his brain, talking to him, seeing what makes him tick, and having a good time. Hopefully you enjoyed yourself with us. If you have any questions for us, if you want to see anybody specifically on the show coming up, want to get yourself possibly on the show, or have your music featured on the show, hit us up at brutalbusinessent@gmail.com. Again, that's brutalbusinessent@gmail.com, and you can let us know. I answer them daily. So if you have any things for Brutal Business, whether, like I said, whether it's radio questions, things like that, or just things that you would like to see the label doing, please hit us up. I'll make sure I hit you back right away. That is an awesome track, brother. I love that track. We were talking during the break that you guys set the tone for one another throughout the track, and I think you guys certainly did. All three verses are very strong, and it makes for a really good repeat play value.
Definitely. Thanks, man.
No, absolutely. So, what is your biggest regret as an artist? That is it that you wish you would have done things differently at the beginning and started out differently? Is there something? I always ask everyone this, and I like putting people on the spot on this one because I think it's an important thing for everybody to say. Is what's the one thing as an artist you don't necessarily wouldn't go back and change, but you do? I guess let's say it this way. You don't regret it necessarily. You'd never do it again. So you've learned from it. You've kind of grown from it. But you certainly as fuck wouldn't do it again.
I wouldn't do it again. I can't think of something. The only thing I can really think of as a regret is that I didn't start expanding my my arsenal of trades sooner. Like I've only been doing graphics for a few years. I wish it would have been more like 10. I'd like to see where I would be at that point. But as far as wouldn't do something again, nothing really comes to mind.
That's fine. You kind of answered it. That's a different side of it you can use. Mine would be just helping or putting time into people that I knew weren't worth it, and giving chances time and time and time again. Multiple people throughout the years of performing or working with people, and and they just keep fucking up, and you give them a chance again, and they do it again, and you give them a chance again. You don't want to cut them. You don't want to let them loose. You don't want to stop working with them, whether as a friend or whether as a fellow artist, and you just know that there's a point where you're like, all right, I got to end this.
Okay, yeah, definitely. I've had a few of those over the years, and yeah, okay, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, it's something I regret. I just regret all the time wasted. I wouldn't necessarily change it because it made me who I am today, and it forged friendships that even though they're no longer there, I still cherish. But it's like I wouldn't do it again. Sometimes you got to trust your gut.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, every turn in the road led you to where you're at right now.
Now, favorite comic book character.
Ooh, favorite comic book character. I never got really into comic books when I was younger.
I should say superhero then. Let's go with that.
Okay, favorite superhero. It has to be Wolverine. Yeah, I fucking always loved Wolverine. He was a bad motherfucker. And X-Men. It would definitely be X-Men. But it was between Wolverine and Gambit. I don't know if you ever watched the cartoon when you were younger, but
I definitely did.
I always wanted them to put that Gambit from the cartoon in a fucking movie. I was kind of let down when I don't remember who the fuck played him. He was
Yeah,
in
but
that one Wolverine movie. It was all right, but not nearly as epic as it
no,
should have been.
they ruined it. They definitely didn't portray him correctly. And I've seen most of the movies, but I can't stay with movies anymore after they make like 4 of them.
Oh yeah,
I lose interest anymore on movies. They're like, this is the 9th one. Like they announced earlier something about Cardi B is going to be in Fast and Furious 9, and I'm like, who the fuck cares?
exactly. It's like this new Joker movie. I don't want to see them remake Joker again. It doesn't even look interesting to me. I've seen the trailer and it looks boring as shit. And my buddy seen it and he said he was let down.
Well, and it's weird because Joaquin Phoenix is the Joker, which I mean, I like him in certain things, but that's a really strange role for him, I think.
Yeah, I really liked Jared Leto's Joker, even though a lot of people don't fucking like him or consider it one of the worst Jokers. That felt like that was the Joker that I remember from a cartoon, closest to the Joker I remember from the cartoon growing up.
He was. I will give him that he really put off the cartoon Joker from the animated Batman that we had when we were kids.
Yeah, and that's what I was always waiting for too. So that's why I liked that one so much.
Yeah, and then you have like Heath Ledger who pulled off a really good, just like a movie Joker.
Yeah, definitely. It wasn't the Joker I remember from my childhood, but it was a fucking good Joker.
A Joker I really did care for was Jack Nicklaus.
Yeah, I think that Joker is very overrated.
Jack Nicholson, I mean, no,
yeah.
What the fuck is Jack Nicholas? Can't talk. Yeah, I didn't care for that. But here's the thing: I didn't like the original Batman that much, like the original 3 movies.
Yeah, I remember.
Well, I did
George
like the
Clooney
one.
was
I did like the Penguin. I did really like Danny DeVito's Penguin. I did like that.
Yeah, he did good. Honestly, I don't like the new Batman. I haven't watched the Batman versus Superman. I'm not gonna.
I haven't either.
Watch. Yeah, Ben Affleck as Batman does not fucking sound good to me. I'm sorry. Ever since I seen the first preview, I was like, no.
All you need to know about Ben Affleck is Batman is to watch Ben Affleck as Daredevil.
Oh, you think the Daredevil was better?
No, I'm saying once you see Daredevil, you'll know that you just don't want to watch him as any other superhero ever again.
Yeah. I just knew as soon as they casted him, I was like, no, I don't want to.
Here's the thing. I love Ben Affleck, so that's no hate to him out there. Anybody listening to this, please know that I'm not hating on Ben Affleck. I think he's great, but Daredevil was the worst superhero movie I'd ever seen in my life, and after seeing that, I'm like, him as Batman, I really like Batman. I mean, Christian Bale as Batman blew it away, all 3 of those movies. That was brilliant, and I'm like, I don't know if I can see someone else's Batman right now. Especially Ben Affleck as it. So it's
Christian Bale was my favorite Batman. I think he fucking killed it.
He did. He kills everything he does. I will say that every role that man's played, he's nailed.
Yeah. I remember hearing when one of the ones that he first blew up off of, that Machinist or whatever, where he lost like a crazy deadly amount of weight for the role.
Yeah, I seen that.
He looked like fucking sunken in and shit. That's fucking dedication right there, man.
Well, and then he just all of them. I mean, like even American Psycho, like he nails just being a whack job.
I forgot about American Psycho. Yeah, he was very good in that shit too.
He stands behind that chick on the couch with the fucking nail gun.
Yeah,
that's awesome. He starts chasing that one chick down the hall with a chainsaw, butt naked, covered in blood. Good times, man. That was a good movie. So why don't you tell us, because we only got a few minutes here left. We played all 4 of the tracks that we had to play tonight. Why don't you tell us where we can check out your music at, what we should expect coming up, your thank yous, and then we'll go ahead and give them the outro for the evening.
Okay, so you can check me out obviously on my Facebook, and that's Tyson Montoya. Then Tyson is spelled with an E, Tysen. Everybody always wants to spell with an O because I'm Mike Tyson. But Tyson Montoya, you can check me out on all my music, my whole catalog's on Spotify, iTunes, Deezer, Tidal, all that good shit. SoundCloud under Troublemakers. Instagram, Troublemakers_music. Yeah, I think that's about it as far as finding my music. I'd like to give a shout out to my Troublemakers team, Mr. Mortis, Lyrical Blessing, and Miss Tiff. I'd like to give a shout out to my whole Brutal Business family. And yeah, I think that's about it.
Absolutely, brother. Well, we really appreciate it. If you're listening out there, like I said, please Check out his music, check out his merch, support him and his team, support us here at Brutal Business as well, because we're always bringing you brand new music and updates, a lot of great things in the underground. So check it all out, and like I said, you can keep up to date with us here at Brutal Business at www.teambrutalbusiness.com for all of your upcoming news and events that are going on. You can catch us next week as we interview Drew West, and that is going to be on Devil's Night, October 30th. That's a special episode because normally we do Thursday nights, as you know, but it is Halloween, and I don't do shit on Halloween except take my time for me. People laugh at that. I'm like, I take off work for Halloween every year.
Hell yeah.
That's my thing. So I'm gonna get it in on Halloween, folks. Hopefully you guys all are as well. Be safe out there if you're going out to parties and things. And then you can catch us on a very special episode the following week where we are going to air, and that is going to be, let me take a look real quick. That is November 5th. And November 5th is a Tuesday. That's the following week where we are going to have a debut of Razakel's new album, followed with a very detailed interview with her for her brand new album coming up. I'll be speaking more on that soon, so stick around. Keep an eye out for the announcements on that, but we're very excited to be the first radio station to get to play her new album and get to interview her. It's going to be a great episode. Stick around for all of our other shows coming up, and we'll be talking to you again here soon on Uncovering the Underground Radio. Thank you, Tyson, for coming on tonight, and we'll catch you later.
Thank you, brother.